Okay, looks like we are live. Welcome everybody to our latest severe weather live stream. As you may know, we are now back on Facebook, so if you are watching on YouTube, you can go and watch on Facebook again if you would like, or you can watch, if you're on Facebook, you can go to YouTube as well. Again, the links are going to be down in the description below. But welcome back to our latest live stream. We're going to be going over the severe weather on the radar right now and kind of go over what's going to be going on over the next several days as well, because we have more widespread rain chances coming, actually going into early next week, going into Monday and Tuesday. We have a very good chance at some showers and storms. I'm going to go over what's on the radar though right now, because there are several storms developing as of right now, all the way up closer to Dallas County and all the way down to the southwest into portions of central Texas. So there's a pretty elongated area that we're watching right now with some storm development, and that's all because of the cap weakening across the area, and that will obviously go throughout the next several minutes. So let's go and get into the current radar as of right now. We'll go from north to south. So we're going to start with the northern storms as of right now. These are newly developing storms, so this is obviously not what we're seeing at the peak right now. These are just developing, just kind of broke through the cap within the last 30 minutes, and they're going to be continuing to develop as they go off to the north. So as of right now, we do have a couple of showers and storms developing. A strong storm just developed northwest of Waxahachie and also north of Maypearl, and there's also a severe thunderstorm that has also developed, and this has already had a history of producing large hail closer to Rio Vista, but right now it is currently producing the potential for hail the size of $50, as well as damaging wind gusts potentially up to 60 miles per hour. And you can see Grandview and Covington currently in that severe thunderstorm warning right along Interstate 35 going to southern Johnson County. So those are the areas that we're watching for that storm right now. This has again had a history of producing large hail, already been reported as of 5:13 p.m. in Rio Vista. There was a quarter-size hail report there by a trained weather spotter. Further to the southwest, these storms, by the way, are all moving off to the northeast and east, so just kind of keep that in mind all along the cold front. Also a storm right now in Meridian. This storm is moving off to the northeast and is currently producing the potential for damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour, and that would primarily be out of this portion of the storm here where the downdrafts are the strongest, as well as a potential for nickel-sized hail out of that storm. That's going toward Morgan and as well as back out to the northeast, closer to Whitney as well, within the next 30 minutes. Cranesville Gap also included in that warning with that storm that has been warned for the potential for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and $50 sized hail, and that is for that storm right now that's going toward, it's actually right now in Cranfill's Gap right now, and that's going off to the east, northeast, and northeast toward Meridian. So Meridian will get hit by a couple of storms, it looks like. Further down to the southwest, closer to areas near Hamilton and Hamilton County, there's also a severe thunderstorm warning there. That is again for the potential for $50 sized hail and damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. The storm that's warned on that is actually the storm near Cranesville Gap. So the storms here near just north of Event, those areas are probably going to see at least some strong storm activity. Does not seem to be severe though out of that right now. There was also a report of ping pong ball sized hail about an hour ago near Hamilton, so just kind of keep that in mind for those there. Also down to the southwest of there's also another severe thunderstorm warning just southeast of Mullen. This is for the potential for damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour and also the potential for quarter sized hail, and that'll be moving off to the northeast as well. And all of these areas are included in a severe thunderstorm watch as of right now, and that is going until 11 p.m. tonight, so that is central time, 11 p.m., so probably for the next 6 hours or so. There's a severe thunderstorm watch ongoing for a large portion of central Texas and as well as into eastern North Texas, and this will ongo for the potential for actually baseball sized hail is also be a possibility tonight, and also damaging wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour. There is a very low end tornado threat, so I cannot rule out an isolated tornado. There have been a couple of storms rotating at the upper levels a couple of times over the last 30 minutes. Nothing that has become threatening at this point, but there is a possibility that we see a brief or weak tornado out of a storm, and that would primarily be out of any of the initial developments. This storm right here that was in southern Johnson County had a brief amount of rotation. It was very brief and weak, and it did not ever get to the ground or anywhere close to that, but it was rotating for a brief amount of time. So any of the initial cells that develop, they could pose a low end threat at a tornado at some point down the line. Let's go and jump into the satellite imagery, by the way, because this is actually pretty cool. If you want to go and take a look at the satellite imagery here, this is just over the last hour or two. You can see all the storms just blowing up. The initial supercells down here to the south. You can see all the white and really large supercells developing right now along that cold front. You can see the cold front actually pretty well depicted here. It's basically right here, and that cold front has already moved through northern DFW, so that does include areas like Dallas County, or not, excuse me, Denton County. Dallas County is partially moved through in terms of that cold front. Dallas County could potentially still see some severe weather. And back to the live radar here. This is, I'll go ahead and draw it out in here. It'll be a little bit easier, but here's basically where that cold front is as of right now, the black line that I kind of drew here. So anywhere in Denton County as well as Tarrant County, you seem to be clear for the rest of the day for the most part. I'm not going to say you're completely clear because there's a possibility to see maybe a passing shower or weak elevated storm. That would not be severe though, so don't be concerned about severe weather, but you might see an isolated passing shower or isolated downpour. I'm not expecting you to see any severe weather though. Collin County also, you're for the most part clear. If you're in eastern Collin County, can't rely on an isolated storm that might become severe, but at this point, it looks to be fairly low. Again, the cap is still a little bit strong back out to the northeast and northeastern North Texas as of right now. So like areas like Paris and Collin County, those areas still have a fairly strong cap. It is weakening though, and it will likely weaken over the next hour, and storms will likely start to develop in those areas. Now, all the storms have actually gone from southwest to northeast in terms of development. So we've seen storms develop just near Brownwood. So these areas here, those were the initial storms. We also saw probably about an hour ago, these storms develop near Hamilton, and then eventually the storm within the last 30 minutes that has developed is the one near southern Johnson County and going to Hill County, excuse me, in northern Hill County. So that's the new storm that developed, and within the last 15 minutes we just saw these storms develop here near Waxahachie, and also near Mesquite there's a little shower trying to develop there. There's also been a couple of showers and maybe isolated storms trying to develop near Greenville, but at this point they have not broke the cap quite yet, but they should probably within the next hour or so. It's been pretty much the same trend. These storms are kind of developing much better down to the south than the north, but they will eventually start to develop much better as we go throughout the next few hours. So that's kind of what we're looking at in terms of the live radar as of right now. Again, that severe thunderstorm watch does include eastern DFW, does not include the DFW Metroplex, by the way. It does include Rockwall County as well as into Greenville, Terrell, and as well as areas in Waxahachie, and as well as Hillsborough. Those areas are all included in that potential for some severe weather today. And also, of course, Canada's included in that. Waco is also included. Brownwood is not included, but Brownwood looks like a little shower there, nothing too crazy. But obviously, anywhere in southwestern North Texas needs the rain, so definitely some beneficial rain for those west of Waco as of right now. But other than that, that's what we're looking at in terms of the severe weather as of right now. And I will go ahead and up to some questions. If anybody has any questions, definitely let me know. Again, we are live streaming again on both YouTube and as well as on Facebook. So, yeah, 1 second. I need to make sure my YouTube live stream is going. It looks like it is. Is the live stream going on YouTube? Is anybody watching on YouTube? Oh, yeah, okay, yes, sorry. All right. Looked like it was glitched out. Also, there are warnings on this map. I don't know where they just went. I'll have to restart my program real quick. Go ahead and... All right, I am still here, by the way. I am just restarting my program, so give me 1 second. Go ahead and launch it up. By the way, my Wordle's at the bottom there. I was trying to do Wordle today. All right, back to the live radar. Sorry about that. The software decided to glitch out. There we go. And the warning should pop up now. There we go. All right, cool. Well, severe thunderstorm warnings are there for those that are in any of these counties. Again, by the way, anywhere in southern Johnson County and northern Hill County, there's a severe thunderstorm warning still ongoing there. Damage winds up to 60 miles per hour and $half size hail with that storm. Again, storms are developing closer to areas like Waxahachie right now and near Red Oak. Those storms will likely start to develop and maybe strengthen, become severe storms at some point down the road. So just keep that in mind. All right. And let me go ahead and bring this up real quick. I do apologize. I was not really completely set up for the stream today. By the way, thank you for subscribing, Robin. I appreciate it. Welcome on YouTube. Right. Also, thank you, Sierra, and as well as Christy for sending 200 stars. I appreciate it on Facebook. Thank you. Appreciate your support. All right, let's see. If anybody again has some questions, let me know. I will be live for a pretty long time, so we'll kind of see what happens. Hey, Zamurai, how you doing? Welcome. What is it supposed to storm tonight in DFW? DFW will probably not see storms tonight. Again, most of the storm activity will stay down to our south and east. Going to tomorrow morning, though, there's an isolated chance for a few passing showers or weak elevated storms in portions of DFW. That'd be between about 4 to 8 in the morning tomorrow, but that's not expected to be anything too crazy. And there might also be some during the daytime hours, too, that might also be elevated. So just keep that in mind for those that have any plans on Sunday morning. Also, during the daytime, there's an isolated chance for a few elevated showers or weak storms, not severe again, for Sunday. Monday and Tuesday will be our better chances for showers and storms. I'm expecting an 80% coverage across North Texas for rain on Tuesday. So those that have any plans on Tuesday, it looks to be a lot better going to Wednesday, maybe late Wednesday. Wednesday also looks like we have some showers and storms then. But at this point, best chance of rain this week will be Tuesday. It looks like we'll have a pretty good trough coming to our region. That'll bring a lot of rain for us, for those that really need it as well. Also, thank you, Stephanie, for the 200 stars and 500 stars as well. Appreciate your support. Thank you so much. And as well as Candace, thank you for the 200 stars. I appreciate it. Appreciate your support. Thank you, guys. This is my first stream again back on YouTube in about 2 weeks. So appreciate everybody tuning in. And Melody, thank you for the 200 stars. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Okay. Any large hail so far? Yeah, there's been a couple of large hail instances so far. Rio Vista had quarter-sized hail. Back down to the southwest, there was also ping pong ball-sized hail near Hamilton. Hailstone sizes will likely be the largest by around 7 o'clock or so. That's when it seems like the lapse rates will be highest, but that would have to be the initial storms that develop. So the ones that we're seeing right now are not really at the peak of what these storms will be. I think the peak will really probably be around 7 o'clock or so, probably in an hour and a half. But again, those storms will probably be a little bit further out to the east than what they are right now. So those like Corsicana, Terrell, maybe even in Athens, those areas will probably see those storms that are probably going to be at their peak in a couple of hours. Now, again, the storms will develop into a broken line later tonight, so probably within the next hour or two, they will start to kind of develop into a broken line and push off to the east. And you can kind of see it again, the storms are lining up all the way down to Hamilton, all the way back out to the northeast for those near Johnson County, as well as near Ellis County, excuse me. Those areas are currently going to probably see the storms develop over the next hour or so. They'll eventually move off to the east, and these storms are going to be slow moving as well, so we're not going to see these storms move very fast. You can see this one's actually been here since I started live streaming. At least it's only moved a couple of miles, so these storms are not moving very fast. This one is moving about 12 miles per hour, so that's as of right now. That's what it says. It's going about east at about 12 miles per hour right now in southern Johnson County. So again, these storms are going to be continuing to move out to the east. Peak of this severe weather tonight, I would expect to be around 7 o'clock. There's still a low-end tornado threat tonight, but it's gonna be fairly low, and it's not the main threat today at all. So I'm gonna take a look at the velocities real quick though. And this storm's not really rotating by any means. Wind's going toward the radar, away from the radar. It's actually not even rotating, so that's not rotating as of right now. The storm's down to the southwest, not really rotating. It looks like the storm looks like just southwest of Hamilton's producing some damaging wind gusts, so that's definitely a storm to be concerned about. There was near, west of Gatesville, and those areas might have to be concerned about damaging winds. But as of right now, none of the storms seem to be producing that strong of winds. This storm that was in, or is actually in, Northern Hill County right now, it was producing a fairly strong downdraft at one point. As of right now, is what I can see, doesn't seem to be producing that significant of winds. It looks like around 35-mile-per-hour wind gusts right now, at least estimated by radar. At the beginning of the storm, though, it's producing much stronger damaging winds, so it looks like a little bit of a good sign there. Also, that little shower near Mesquite is trying to develop. We'll see if it beats the cap, but as of right now, it's not. And, yeah, so that's what we're looking at as of right now. When will South Arlington get? I don't think South Arlington will see anything. I don't think really anyone in DFW Metroplex will see much tonight. And that does include Arlington, because it looks like we are going to be past that cold front. And there's also, again, a little low-end potential that we see something later on today. There's an isolated shower or weak storm that comes in the Metroplex. I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, these storms that are developing right now near Red Oak, those might move into the, Dallas County, for example. But anywhere in like Tarrant or Denton County, you probably have about a 10% chance of seeing anything today. It's pretty low end at this point because we're not going to see severe weather, but there might be an elevated shower or weak storm that develops. But other than that, I'm not really expecting us to see much. South of Waxahachie. The velocities on this one, this storm's not rotating. So I just showed it a second ago, but yeah. Sorry, I'm behind on questions, by the way, so I am reading your question late. I do apologize. Yeah, that storm isn't really rotating as of right now. It's just the winds are actually, it's rotating the incorrect way. It's actually going clockwise, which is kind of interesting. But this area of the storm at least is going clockwise. I don't think this area though is rotating in Northern Hill County. Let me go ahead and double check real quick. And yeah, it doesn't look like it's really rotating as of right now. There are some strong winds, but the rotation, there isn't much there. Obviously, it kind of looks like it has a little hook shape trying to develop, but again, the tornado threat to me today at least is pretty low to pretty much a zero. I don't really expect much of a tornado threat today, but again, make sure you have your plan in place just in case there is any sort of threat tonight, but I don't expect it to be much of a threat tonight. All right, Longview, Texas. Longview, Texas probably won't see storms until at least like 9 or 10 o'clock tonight. So I don't expect that to be, I don't think we'll see any storms there for a pretty good amount of time. Will anything hit Austin tonight? Austin, Texas? I think you might see some storms tonight, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't really do Austin, Texas weather, but yeah, you might. It looks like you'll see storms probably in a few, like probably about 3 to 4 hours. Any storms heading to Denton County? Denton County will probably stay dry tonight, Candace. So I'm not too concerned about Denton County tonight. But again, an isolated chance for a shower tonight can't be ruled out. I would expect a better chance tomorrow. I think about 40 to 50% of the Metroplex will see some passing showers. It looks to be fairly minimal, though. Actually, let me go and bring up the future radar real quick, and I'll show you what I'm kind of talking about for tomorrow. Because tomorrow will be elevated showers and maybe a few storms. Again, it's not going to be anything widespread, but it will be a couple of, passing showers or maybe storms. I'm going to change over my radar view here, and let's go to this. All right. All right, here's a look at tomorrow's future. Let's just go through tonight. So, all right, we're at about almost 6 o'clock now. So this is basically what we're looking at around 6 o'clock. So some showers and storms lining up right along that cold front tonight. Again, mostly east of DFW and also down to the south. By 7, 8 o'clock, those storms kind of form into that broken line, as I mentioned before, around 8. Eventually, by 9 o'clock, you can see it forms into a bit more of an organized line by about then. 10 to 11 o'clock, they move off to the east into eastern Texas, and as well as near Austin, as I kind of mentioned before, Austin will probably see storms sometime between about 9 to 12 o'clock tonight. Eventually going to the overnight hours, will probably stay dry, but a few elevated showers or weak storms may develop tomorrow. Again, that's kind of what I'm looking at tomorrow, so it looks to be fairly, isolated to maybe minorly scattered at this point, so I'm not really expecting too much in terms of rain tomorrow, but a few passing showers or weak downpours basically would be all I would be expecting tomorrow in terms of rain. Again, our better chance for rain will be on Monday and Tuesday. This is a early look at Monday. One of the computer models showing a bunch of showers and storms late Monday. A marginal threat of severe weather is expected for Monday. I believe we're already under a marginal risk. I could be wrong, but as of right now, I think a marginal risk for severe weather will exist on Monday, and eventually on Tuesday we'll have that same threat, marginal threat on Tuesday. This is a look at Tuesday. I don't think this can really show anything. Let me go to the European model. European model might show a little bit more here. So this is for Tuesday, right here. So Tuesday, basically some scattered showers and storms on Tuesday. About 80 to 90% of us will see storms on Tuesday, and eventually maybe some isolated severe weather late Tuesday. But as of right now, looks like our severe weather chances on Tuesday will be pretty low. On Wednesday are better. We'll also have a chance for showers and storms before all this clears out by late Wednesday into Thursday morning. So you can see going to maybe Wednesday afternoon, some scattered showers and storms. Eventually by Thursday we dry out, and it does not look like we'll see any crazy rain chances going through the weekend as of right now. So that's kind of what we're looking at in the next several days. So that's what we're looking in terms of severe weather and whatnot over the next few days. Let me go and double check if we do have a severe weather potential on Monday. Let me go and bring it up here on the software. This is on Monday. So yeah, Monday has a marginal risk of severe weather across almost all of North Texas. So we have another chance for severe weather on Monday. Again, it's gonna be fairly low end, so I wouldn't be too concerned, but just make sure you are prepared just in case there's severe weather on Monday. Paris will probably see, you might see storms develop over the next hour or two. Let me go and say, but let's look at where the cold front is as of right now, because that'll kind of determine on if you will actually see storms today. So this is the METAR observations, and I'll also bring up the bill right now. So it looks like the cold front is possibly already moving through your region now. So if you don't see storms over the next hour develop, you probably won't see anything. But yeah, it looks like Paris might stay dry today. Let me double check here. This is where the frontal boundary is. Yeah, Paris is actually, that cold front's going through right now. You can see, by the way, Gainesville is only 61 degrees right now. Isn't that crazy? I think yesterday Gainesville was like 95. It's only 61 right now, and it's 540. That is insane. And, Decatur 64, Sherman 64. Ardmore earlier was only 59. That was a couple hours ago. Dallas is down to 82. It looks like Rockwall is down to 79. Waxahachie's right now at 82 degrees. And 93 in Corsicana. You can see all the warmer temperatures back out to the east, but that blue line is basically representing your cold front as of right now. So yeah, it is a lot colder back off to the west, but yeah, it looks like Paris will probably stay dry tonight unless something develops over the next 30 minutes. There's a little shower just north of Sulphur Springs, but it looks like the cap is going to be holding on in there for the next hour or two, so I don't think you'll see too much tonight, Rhonda. Tyler, Texas, you probably won't see storms for a few hours, at least probably 2 to 3 hours until you see anything, maybe even a little bit longer than that, so. Hey Kayla, how you doing? How are we looking at Waxahachie and what time? Let's see. You're probably going to start seeing showers and storms over the next, 5-10 minutes, but it looks like that severe storm. Let me go ahead and take a look at the pass radar here, but I think it's going to be heading just down to your south. So yeah, you kind of see where it's heading. These storms are primarily moving out to the east right now. So they're all moving that easterly direction. So it looks like if you see any storms, it's probably going to be over the next 5 to 10 minutes. And it doesn't look like any severe weather is heading your way as of right now. Maybe for southern Ellis County, but as of right now, no severe weather in your area right now. The severe thunderstorm, by the way, that is right now in Northern Hill County is now down to quarter-sized hail and damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour. And looks like the hail core actually is now just northeast of Covington, so that actually might be a little bit larger than cores, might be up to $0.50. But as of right now, that's what we're looking at there. Let me go back to the velocities. And as of right now, the velocities aren't very strong, so the downburst winds don't seem to be much of a threat with this storm, but definitely maybe some hail out of that. And back down to the southwest, by the way, there was a new severe thunderstorm warning that was issued just west of Gatesville. So the only actually area included in this is Avant, which is only going to be for the potential for quarter-sized hail and damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. That's moving out to the east toward Gatesville right now. This will likely be the storm going toward Waco, so just keep that in mind. By the way, Waco is 95 degrees right now, so it's really hot there. But as I kind of said before, the temperatures are actually a bit warmer down to the south, which is why the cap is a little bit weaker. But even then, the cap is still strong off to the northeast. So we'll probably start to see that cap dwindle. As you can kind of already see, storms are now developing just south of Dallas, and these will be moving into southeastern Dallas County here pretty shortly, most likely. Some storm development there. Probably going to start developing here pretty shortly. So start to see some severe weather then develop. I'm going to turn off the temperatures. Actually, I'll keep on the temperatures. Might as well. And you know if there's any activity in Virginia. I don't do Virginia weather. I'm sorry. Can you do Livingston, Louisiana? I do not do Louisiana. At least for right now, I'm not doing Louisiana weather read. So, just doing North Texas right now. By the way, if you're new to the stream on both YouTube or Facebook, make sure you follow or subscribe. You can always become a member on YouTube for only $2.99 a month, or on Facebook for $4.99 a month. You can click the link in the description if you are interested. Forney, Texas. Forney, you'll probably see you might see storms develop here over the next 30 to 45 minutes, by the way. Clay. Yeah, the PGA Championship. Yeah, it is really cold up there. It's really cloudy too, which makes it even worse. But yeah, it is definitely cloudy up there. DFW tonight probably won't see anything, Lena. I think most of the storm activity will stay down to our south and east. Unless you're in southeastern Dallas County, other than that, it looks like most of the storm activity will stay away from us tonight. And the main storm that we're watching right now is the one that's in a bit more of a populated area near Grandview and just north of Hillsborough, so in Hill County as well as Johnson County. That's moving off to the east toward Ellis County. So those in Italy and as well as Maypro will be on alert for the potential for quarter-sized hail and damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour. Heavy rain and gusty winds in Livingston, Louisiana. Yeah, I don't doubt it. Do not doubt it. One second. By the way, Lena, thank you for 200 stars. I appreciate it. Thank you. I didn't see that. Again, if you have any questions on anything, definitely let me know. But yeah, that's basically what we're looking at as of right now. Again, severe weather is going to be ongoing for the next several hours. Severe thunderstorm watch that is issued for this entire region does not end until 8 or 11 o'clock tonight in Central Time. So those anywhere in eastern North Texas and also down to our south, that main threat tonight being large hail and damaging winds. Isolated tornado can't be ruled out, but as of right now, it seems to be on the low end threat for tonight. Also, thank you, Zachary, on YouTube for subscribing. I appreciate it. Welcome. Okay, 1 second. Hey, Christian, how you doing? Welcome. I lost my chat. There we go. All right. Brown County, Texas. I don't think we'll see anything in Brownwood either. It looks like a little shower might be there, but other than that, you're not going to see anything, it looks like, tonight. So yeah, as of right now, it looks like for you in Brownwood, you'll probably be staying dry tonight. Better chance for storms will exist going into Monday and Tuesday. I'll have more on that going into another forecast, so just kind of stay tuned on YouTube for the latest on that. Hey Eric, how you doing? Welcome. Hail threat is potentially up to baseball sized. That's the maximum hailstone threat we'll see tonight. But as of right now, the largest hail that we've seen so far is ping pong ball size, which is just southwest of Hamilton. That was at about 4:30. So, and the temperature, by the way, in Hamilton, after seeing that rain, it's only 73 there now. So it's a lot cooler than what it was previously. Yeah, as of right now, primarily going to be seeing damaging winds and maybe some large to potentially very large hail again. But as of right now, no very large hail has been reported. It's only been up to ping pong ball sized. So Longview, Texas might see something a little bit later tonight, but as of right now, it's kind of hard to predict if there will actually be hail or damaging winds there. But there's a potential, definitely, for Longview to see some storms later tonight. It'll probably not be until 11 or 12 tonight, so it'll probably be a while. Thank you, Cecilio. Thank you so much for the 200 stars as well. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Appreciate your support. Went into the store. It came out hot. What is cold? Yeah, the cold front won't be moving through there until, I think, later tonight. So tomorrow it's going to be a lot cooler, though. I mean, even right now, for those that are northern DFW, you have to be enjoying the low 60s. It's only 61 right now in Gainesville, so Denton's only 70. It's going to feel a lot cooler, a lot less humid, and we've not seen this kind of cold weather in a while, so hasn't been below 70 in most locations for at least a week. So yes, there is a slight risk for severe weather. I can actually go and bring it up on here. Let me go and pull it up here for the day one outlook. So this is, as of right now, the slight risk for severe weather does exist for those south and east of Dallas, and that goes into central and as well as eastern Texas. So again, Mount Pleasant, as well as Terrell, and as well as Greenville, Paris, all included in the slight risk. And there's a marginal risk, again, for areas in DFW. I'm not concerned about severe weather tonight. I know it's included, and I know the Storm Prediction Center put us in that threat. I am not concerned about severe weather anywhere in northern or western DFW tonight, even though there is a marginal risk. I just think that at this point, the cold front's already moved through. Temperatures are a lot cooler. I don't expect us to see severe weather tonight. As that cold air kind of comes underneath, we usually do not see any severe weather or any storms in general, usually anywhere off to the north and west. But there's a possibility we see an elevated shower or weak storm tonight, but it will not be severe. So it will be very isolated. Again, it's not gonna be severe, so. It's chillier. Where are you, Richard? Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a big difference depending on where you are in DFW. Austin, pretty low end risk for tornadoes. I don't expect a tornado threat though in Austin tonight. I think the main threat tonight will be just damaging winds and maybe some large hail. Hey Zane, how you doing? Welcome. Sorry, I missed that. All right, going back through the severe storms for those that are just joining us. Again, we have a severe thunderstorm warning still ongoing. The storm has kind of been weakening over time. It's producing a lot of rain though, which is beneficial. But those in Grandview as well as in Covington, so southern Johnson County as well as northern Hill County, damaging winds, not really a threat anymore. As I kind of mentioned before, looked like the winds were kind of weakening out of the storm, but hail up the size of quarters is still going to remain a possibility for the next 5 to 6 minutes. Back down to the southwest for those in Meridian, north of Clifton, and as well as northeast, or east actually, of Cransville's Gap. There's potential for no damaging wind threat as of right now, but quarter-sized hail is possible with this storm, and the main area looks like for that hail threat is just east of Cranville's Gap and also west of Clifton. So you can see that little black speck right there popping up. That is probably going to be that representation of maybe some large hailstones up to the size of quarters. So keep that in mind. Looks like a bit of a rural area, but that's definitely a storm to watch out for there. Again, those just west of Gatesville have the potential for damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour and quarter-sized hail. This storm has had a history producing damaging winds, so this storm is definitely potentially producing some damaging winds, but quarter-sized hail also remains a possibility. Way back down to the southwest, by the way, there are severe thunderstorms ongoing that are northwest of San Antonio. Since they're not in popular regions, I won't really cover them, but those are also storms to watch out for as they move off to the east. These have actually produced some significant hailstones as well. So those down in southern and southwestern Texas are seeing some severe weather there. Also, just east of Brown County, just south of Comanche, there's also a storm there that's strong north of Mullen. That is kind of in between all three of those locations. That's moving off to the east-northeast, and that might also produce some small hail, maybe some gusty winds. Does not seem to be severe at this time, though, so that's what we're looking at as of right now. Is that southernmost Texas storm going south? I can go and double check real quick. This is a far radar view, so yeah, they're moving south. It looks like southeast right now. And all these storms back up here to the north are currently moving, I believe, east and northeast. Yeah, you can kind of see over the last several minutes, they're kind of moving out to the east. Most of these storms are, and then obviously some storms are trying to develop right now in southern Dallas County and near Waxahachie right now. So Ellis and Dallas County currently seeing some storms trying to develop, but as of right now, does not seem to be anything too crazy. Nothing severe yet in those storms, but they're trying to develop. Back to the live radar right now. Also near Seagoville right now, there's also a storm trying to develop there. It looks like a little downpour, but that'll also be developing here over the next several minutes. Brushing the radar here real quick. Let me go and look at the last 60 minutes on the hail radar. See if we actually have any hailstones that we can kind of see on the radar here. And yeah, you can actually see the storm that is in northern Hill County and as well as southern Johnson County. You can actually see the hailstones being estimated by radars, and this was a report of quarter-sized hail near Rio Vista, but you can very well see that there was hail possibly as high as maybe even $half, maybe even up to ping pong ball-sized hail. So going through Covington there, you can kind of see the hail track there. So there was definitely some large hail there. Also near Grandview, some smaller stone sizes right now falling in that storm. But where the hail core actually is right now, it's kind of near Covington, so it kind of makes sense that there's some larger hail there. The one storm near Meridian, by the way, was producing hail the size, it looks like, of $half, possibly, estimated by radar. And the one near Cransville Gap right now was producing quarter-sized hail. But as of right now, that does not seem to be what's happening right now. That is at least what happened in the past. It might still be happening, but as of right now, it looks like that threat has kind of gone a little bit down. You can see the storm that is just southwest of Avant, that's producing quarter-sized hail. That's why this storm has been warned. I believe it's producing some damaging wind gusts as well. Go and take a look at the velocities as well. We can kind of probably get an idea of what we're looking at here. We're back on the radar here. Kind of take a look at the velocities. I believe this one's producing some damaging wind gusts. It's kind of hard to see with all the purple specks kind of popping up here. But yeah, there's definitely some damaging winds with this. You can see 50 miles per hour near Avant right now. That's actually just outside the severe thunderstorm warning. But yeah, there's definitely some areas in here that are producing at least gusty winds up to 50 miles per hour. Good, safe assumption to assume that there might be damaging winds, though, up to 60 miles per hour with that storm. And again, some strong downdrafts with that storm. Most of these other storms not really producing those strong downdrafts that would produce, damaging wind gusts and whatnot. Again, a couple of showers trying to break the cap just east of Dallas County, but they have not had any success so far. Near Glen Heights and Red Oak, there's a little storm trying to develop here south of Dallas near Lancaster, so this will be something to watch as well. That's been trying to develop for a while, but... all right, sorry, I missed a few questions. Let's see. I'm from Dallas, but in Austin viewing. No, you're good. No problem at all. The cap for Austin is pretty much, I don't think there's a cap near Austin, but there's definitely a bit of a cap northeast of Dallas. So as of right now, there's still a pretty hefty cap right now here. But that's expected to continue to weaken. So those, again, in eastern DFW going to eastern North Texas, the cap will weaken over the next hour or two. Storm development is expected there, probably around between about 6 to 7 o'clock. So really within the next hour, we should start to see storms developing there. Speed of the storms. I believe most of these storms, depending on where you are, but most of these storms are moving about 15 to 20 miles per hour off to the east. The storms down here to the south are moving, actually, it looks like right about the same speed. So most of them are moving 15 to 20 miles per hour. But as of right now, the weak shear is not really helping to move these storms that much quicker. But again, we will take actually the slower storm speeds, because the slower they are, the more beneficial rain that will fall most likely across southwestern North Texas and really anywhere in North Texas. So, but yeah, most of these storms are moving pretty slow. This severe thunderstorm warning, by the way, for those in Grandview and as well as Covington, this will expire in about 45 seconds, and there might be a reassurance, of a new severe thunderstorm warning at some point. There is still a little bit of a hail core there, but it might just be nickel size or less, so it might not be warned again. It doesn't look like Dallas will see anything, the city of Dallas as of right now, but maybe southeastern Dallas County might see some storms. But as of right now, I'm not expecting Dallas particularly to see anything, but never know. There might be an isolated elevated shower, as I kind of mentioned before. Anywhere behind that cold front, which it does include Dallas now, you might see an elevated shower or a weak storm sometime over the next few hours, but it's not going to be severe. So, lightning. Actually, that's a good question. Let me go and take a look. I'm not sure how much lightning these storms are producing. As of right now, I would assume that the storms down here to the southwest are producing the most lightning, especially near Waco and those areas. I'm going to go and take off the radar view from there. I'm actually going to go down to the radar site south of Waco real quick. We're going to take a quicker look at these storms down to the south. It doesn't actually make much of a difference. They kind of look the same. The lightning, though, as of right now, not actually that electrified of storms right now. The amount of lightning produced across all these storms right now, so anywhere from, again, from southwestern North Texas up to Dallas, basically, lightning is only around 32 strikes per minute. So it's actually not a whole lot, considering there's several storms here. So, by the way, the storm near Seagoville, and you can kind of see on the latest scan here, is trying to develop, so we'll watch that one pretty closely. As of right now, the severe thunderstorm warning expired for those west of Maypearl, so near Grandview, as well as in Northern Hill County. There might be, again, a new severe thunderstorm warning at some point, but as of right now, the storm is not really looking that strong as of right now. And again, if you are new here to our Facebook page or on our YouTube channel, make sure to subscribe and follow. Make sure to like the stream as well if you haven't already. White-Wright's already cooling down. Yeah, White-Wright might not see any storms either. I think the cap is going to stay strong enough to prevent much of anything developing up there near Paris. But yeah. I don't think we'll see any development really up there. As well as bottom, obviously. Bottom's out of the severe thunderstorm watch, but yeah. Looks like White Right will probably stay dry tonight. Excuse me. When will this be over Highway 45 near Ennis? It looks like, depending on where you are, let me see. You're heading towards Ennis. Gainesville from Houston. Oh, okay. Yeah, the storms will probably, this storm here will probably be there. I can actually go and put a little timing thing on this, so let me go and do that real quick. The storm's moving about 15 miles per hour. It might be even an hour or two. I'm going to put it at 20 just to kind of be safe here. But it looks like it'll probably be for interstate. It'll probably be right around 7:30. Probably that time frame. I think the timing on these are probably a little bit under. Probably about a little bit. Because over the last 30 minutes, I think the storm's already moved about 10 miles. So I think it's probably going to be there around 7:30 for right along Interstate 45. That's for that storm. Anything north of that looks like a little strong storm now developing near Ferris and north of Palmer. But as of right now, that's what we're looking at. But again, a storm could maybe develop out in front of that. You never know. But yeah, for that storm particularly, that would be kind of your timing there. Yeah, it's already reached parts of Dallas. Yeah, Dallas is going to definitely feel a lot cooler. Definitely for sure. No problem, Barbosa. Appreciate you tuning in. Arkansas. I don't really do Arkansas weather either. I know there's a lot of severe weather actually up there right now. I know there was a couple of tornado warnings earlier. Yeah, there's a bunch of severe weather up there. I'm primarily looking at North Texas weather right now. If the severe weather kind of subsides for a little bit, I might kind of cover some other areas. But as of right now, I'm just doing North Texas weather. Thank you, Christian. I appreciate it. Waco will probably see storms in about an hour or so. But it looks like the leading edge of showers might reach you within the next 30 minutes. But the main severe thunderstorm main severe thunderstorm right now will probably be there in about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Yes, Christian, I am originally from that area. Right when we hit Ennis. No problem. Hopefully you stay dry and get home safely. I don't think you should be okay. Thackerville will stay dry. Taylor, yeah, you'll stay dry up there, so no concerns for Thackerville. Again, everything down to your south, everything will stay down to your southeast. So anywhere east and south of Dallas, basically, that's where your storms will be firing up. That's kind of what we're looking at as of right now. You can see some storms trying to develop right now near Seagoville right now, and also north of Palmer. So those are the storms that we're watching pretty closely as of right now. By the way, thank you, James, for subscribing on YouTube. I appreciate it. Also, thank you, Richard, for becoming a supporter for the, I believe, second month in a row. Appreciate you resubscribing. I did miss that, but thank you. Hey, Goose, how you doing? Welcome back. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. Again, we'll probably be going over that severe weather potential going into next week. Or not, excuse me, the severe weather potential for Monday and Tuesday. So not really next week, but over the next couple of days. We'll go over that probably in another forecast. But I'm going to go back to that satellite imagery. Let me go and find that. Yeah, satellite imagery is pretty interesting. I kind of showed it at the beginning of this forecast. I'm going to bring it up again. This is the satellite imagery. I'm going to change over to my other scene here. So this is the satellite over the last about 2 hours or so. And you can just see how these storms are exploding, the cloud tops. This is actually over the last hour and a half. So you can just see all the storms exploding here in southwestern North Texas. And again, here's your cold front basically lined up right about here. Again, all those storms moving off to the east. Well, those cloud tops are just enormous. I mean, you can just see how they kind of explode here, even closer to even, Ellis County, as well as Johnson and Hill County. Those areas kind of saw that big storm explode there. Only produced, a brief amount of quarter-sized hail, but other than that, it's been pretty much nothing. There's also some higher clouds back out to the north. Looks like maybe stratus. Could be wrong, but looks like some medium to high clouds back off to the north. Those are not going to be producing rain, but you can kind of see it there. Let me go ahead and take a little bit more of a broad view at this. This will kind of give you an idea over the last few hours. This goes for the last 3 hours. So you can see the initial storm development down to the southwest. Just kind of see how it kind of trails up here to the north. I mean, you can see the first storm here developing, second storm, third, fourth. It's just kind of making a line up here. So eventually, these storms will probably start to fire up. And again, they already are starting to develop closer to Dallas County. And eventually, they'll probably start developing, areas like, near Paris maybe over the next hour or two. I think Paris will probably stay dry tonight, but maybe just east of Paris, storms might start developing there. I mean, Paris is only 75 right now. If you're just going down to the south, I believe this is Sulphur Springs, 90 degrees. So Big difference across the board right now in terms of temperatures. So where is the not broken? I don't know what you mean. Not broken along the cold front. The cold front is, I don't know what you're asking, but the cold front is basically lined up right about here. So those that are in southeastern Dallas County haven't been passed by the cold front yet. You will be probably pretty shortly. But other than that, anywhere off to the northwest of this, for the most part, will stay dry tonight. Again, an isolated shower or isolated weak storm might pass through, but they'll be elevated. So those are not expected. By the way, this storm near Seagoville right now is blowing up. That's near Forney. So this is a storm to watch pretty closely. This might also produce some fairly large hail here pretty shortly. Watch out for that. Those that are in near, basically east of Dallas, so near going toward Terrell, those storms might kind of move up. That one storm there might move off to the east-northeast and maybe produce some large hail. Take a look here over the last several minutes, kind of give you an idea. It's moving a bit more actually toward Forney. It's moving a bit more northeast, which is interesting. Yeah, this is definitely a storm to watch right here. So those that are just north of Seagoville right now, near Forney, watch out for that storm. Might be producing some large hail as of right now. No warning on it yet, but it'll probably be issued in pretty shortly if the storm continues its development. Look at the radar again. So this one right now producing potentially large hail and maybe some strong downburst winds. Let me take a look at radar scope real quick, see if there's any reports yet on this storm. And as of right now, no strong downburst winds, but definitely maybe some large hail falling out of that storm. And by the way, no rotation with really any of these storms right now, so that's good news there. Definitely some strong winds, by the way. Those that are near Gatesville, west of Gatesville, west of Waco, basically, those storms are producing some fairly strong, damaging winds right now. Anna, Texas won't see any storms tonight, Mary, so you are clear to go for the most part. Again, a 10% chance for anywhere in the DFW Metroplex for tonight. It's a fairly low end risk. I'm not expecting severe weather, though, for you. So again, this storm that we're watching pretty closely near Forney, that might be producing some large hail. Will probably get warned here pretty shortly. Telco, Texas probably won't see anything for a little while, so probably a few hours. Welcome back, Christian. So is development going to slow down in South Texas and ramp up in North Texas? Not necessarily. Actually, storm development will kind of keep going through South Texas because the cap is not there, and it's only 6:09. The sun's still up, so daylight heating is not going to just all of a sudden kind of form that cap back in. The cap is actually going to be gone for a few hours there. The cap is continuing to weaken, though, back out to the northeast, so anywhere like Greenville right now, it's weakening. Paris, it's going to be weakening. Paris has already seen the cold front, so you actually probably won't see anything. But those like near Sulphur Springs, the cap will be weakening, so yeah, storms are going to continue to develop off to the north. The storms that are down to the south are just going to continue to penetrate down to the south and southeast. By the way, it's 100 degrees right now in San Antonio. That's crazy. I didn't even know it was that hot down there right now. Yeah, heat has been beating a lot of people last week, but luckily it looks like that'll kind of, ramp down for the next several days. By the way, if you haven't seen our latest 7-day forecast, here's the latest view on it. And this is for Denton County, so it might vary for your location, but this is the look at it. So again, over the next several days, we're looking at pretty nice conditions, temperatures across the board. All of us will actually be looking fairly nice, 70s and 80s for the most part. We won't see any heat beyond 85 degrees up until next Saturday, it looks like. So the heat, for the most part, seems to be kind of gone for right now. Again, this chance, by the way, Tuesday is a 90% chance of storms. It's not 60 anymore. And Monday is a 70% chance, not a 50. So keep that in mind. Those two are actually not updated yet, but the probability has been upgraded a little bit. Wednesday, also 50% chance now, not a 40. Just keep that in mind. Tomorrow is a 25% chance still. It's just elevated showers tomorrow. So, can I scroll out? Yeah, I can go and scroll out. Just pause your screen, but that's what we're looking at as of right now. This is the wide view at it. Yeah, Mary, yeah, you're good. 69 degrees. Yeah, it's actually a lot cooler across DFW. Denton's now down to 64, by the way. Continues to cool down there. Yeah, it's definitely cooling down across the area, so good news there. Yeah, if you're new to the live stream, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Like the live stream on both Facebook and YouTube. Make sure to follow us on Facebook if you haven't already. Commerce. You might see some storms develop, within the next hour or two, but other than that, you might be clear. The cap is weakening up there, but the storms might not hit you. It's going to be about a 50% chance as of right now if they do, because the cap is still strong up there. It's weakening, but as of right now, the storm development is only as far north as Seagoville, so Yeah, that's what we're looking at as of right now. How long is the live stream? I don't have a clue. I usually just go until there's nothing to really look at. Could be, 10 minutes. It could be another 2 hours. I don't know. Or 4 hours. I don't know. It just kind of depends. Getting heavy rain, lightning, strongish winds, and occasional teeny tiny hail. That's a good description. 3 miles north of Maypearl. Thank you for the report. I'm guessing it's this storm. Yeah, it looks like maybe some small hail. The little pinks are going to represent, maybe some smaller hailstones. But again, this one near Seagoville right now is probably severe. I know it's not severe thunderstorm warned, but I do expect this probably dropping maybe some large hail right now near I-20. So Interstate 20, basically between Balch Springs and as well as Terrell and Oak Ridge. Kind of in between that area. You can see that large hail right there. Just along Interstate 20. Near Forney, by the way. So those at Forney, I know somebody was in the live stream from Forney earlier. There's possibly some large hail with this storm. So watch out for that. Mansfield will probably stay dry as well. Anywhere in DFW, for the most part, is going to stay dry tonight. Unless you're in southeastern Dallas County. That's basically the only chance of severe weather tonight. I don't expect severe weather, though, anywhere in the other 3 counties. So Dallas County, possible. Tarrant, Denton, as well as Collin counties. Those areas will probably not see any severe weather tonight. Lucas, Texas, I need a hoodie. Yeah, you might need a hoodie. I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely gonna be chilly out there. By the way, tomorrow morning, I don't know if you guys saw the temperatures for tomorrow morning. Let me go and bring it up real quick. Temperatures tomorrow morning are gonna be, crazy for some of us. Bring up the latest on the temperatures here. Tomorrow morning, let's see. Some of us might be as low as the 40s, by the way, tomorrow morning. It's gonna get chilly for some areas. I remember back at the beginning of this month, we're under a frost advisory or something like that for far northwestern North Texas. Where'd those days ever go? Need that weather back. All right, let me take a look at the tomorrow morning. All right, here's the look at tomorrow morning. So let me go and zoom in and kind of show you. So this is tomorrow morning. So when you wake up tomorrow, some of us will only be in the upper 40s. Those in Childress will be only 48. Wichita Falls forecast to be 50 right now. DFW maybe a little bit warmer, a bit more on the lower end mild side, so in the mid 50s. Sherman 55, Paris 57, Dallas 58, Cleburne as well as 58. By the way, Abilene only gonna be 53 tomorrow. It's gonna be a lot more chilly there. Waco 61, so it's gonna be a lot chillier tomorrow. By the afternoon hours for tomorrow, it will eventually be in the upper 60s and low 70s. So only 68, by the way, in Sherman and Paris. So it's gonna be a lot chillier tomorrow for the highs, and eventually low 70s for the DFW Metroplex. And even going into Monday morning, temperatures are going to be slightly warmer, but not by much. Monday afternoon, most of us will be in the 70s. But going into Tuesday's high is going to be pretty similar to Monday. Eventually by Wednesday, temperatures still in the low to mid 70s across the area. By Thursday, we should start to warm back up, and then eventually by Friday, back into the mid 80s. So definitely be a little bit warmer next week. Yeah, definitely some big changes coming to our forecast. How severe do I predict Tuesday to be? I don't expect it to be too severe. I think a marginal threat is basically what I'm forecasting right now. Maybe a slight risk, but I don't expect it to be much more beyond that. Yeah, storm is heading toward Terrell right now. Or Terrell. I was doing yard work earlier today when the cold front came through Denton County. It felt glorious. I don't doubt it. Cold front always feels good especially for this elongated amount of heat that we've had. It definitely feels good. 100% agree with that. Again, our only severe thunderstorm warning as of right now, which I expect this to change pretty shortly, but our only severe thunderstorm warning for right now is just west of Gatesville. This will be going toward Waco within the next hour or so. So again, damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and quarter-sized hail possible here. And it has had a history of producing damaging winds. And also, it very well shows there's probably some quarter-sized hail in here, especially in those little brighter pinks and as well as that little black color there. That's representing your larger hailstones. Again, that's just west of Gatesville, just south of Route 84. So that's where your main hail core is as of right now. Again, going back out to the northeast, there's actually some storms here. These are the storms I'm talking about that might be a little bit more elevated, but those northwest of Hamilton, some stronger storms there. Might also produce some small hailstones there. A little shower right now just west of Blum, and then near Maypearl, again, a strong storm there producing some small hail. I just had a report of some small hail there a few moments ago from somebody in chat, but nothing too crazy. Just teeny tiny hail is what it was described as. And again, there's a little severe storm probably in the making right now along Interstate 20, but this is not warned as of right now. I would expect it to get warned, though, pretty shortly. This is the 611 radar, so that was actually 5 minutes ago. Let me see if we have a new radar view yet. All right, here's 615, so that's your latest radar view here near Forney. So maybe some nickel-sized hail. as of right now. I'll probably get an update here in a second on if there is large hail. I don't have any reports yet of anything beyond what we've seen so far. And the winds out of that storm, by the way, are not very impressive, so I don't think there's any damaging winds by any means, but there are some fairly strong damaging winds near Gatesville, by the way. That storm going toward Waco, those in Waco might have to be on alert, though. Might be a potential for damaging winds as those storms move off to the east. Let me take a look at the hail radar real quick. Let's see what the radar is showing in terms of hail. This hail radar was updated 2 minutes ago, apparently. So the storm again near Forney. This is actually a few minutes old, so this is probably about 5-10 minutes ago. There was hail up the size of Nichols currently being estimated by radar near Seagoville. Well, just south of Seagoville. So a couple of little areas there that was producing some small hail. Again, those near Maypearl, still some small hail there. Only half-inch sized hail, but definitely some hail there. And then again, this storm that is west of Gatesville producing potentially $half sized hail. And the northern part of that storm right now is producing maybe some smaller hailstones. So 3/4 of an inch seems to be the maximum hailstone size there. Here's a look at the radar, by the way, for comparison. So again, you can see the main hail core, again, being west of Gatesville. Some showers and storms may be producing some damaging winds north of Gatesville. That's all going toward Waco, by the way. So those in Waco, definitely make sure you are on alert. Make sure you share this, by the way, with those that are in Waco. If you have any friends or family there, make sure they're aware of that storm that's heading toward Waco. Got a lot of outdoor cleanup planned for tomorrow. There you go. There might be a couple of showers tomorrow. Just keep that in mind. But other than that, I don't expect any severe weather. Oh, really? In Rockwall? Yeah, I remember. I do remember seeing. Actually, I saw something. I think on the Weather Channel. I saw a little like documentary sort of thing on that tornado in Rockwall a few years ago. Back in 7 years ago. How long was that? 2015? Yeah, I remember seeing something on that, or 2016. I can't remember. Yeah, strong cold front area came through most of DFW. You can see the temperature comparison again. 64 right now in Denton County, 72 in McKinney, 77 in Greenville. Greenville's already gotten hit by that cold front, but it's 90 right now in Sulphur Springs. It's a lot warmer back out to the east. And Gatesville still is 81, but the rain-cooled air is starting to fill into that area, so. Yeah, I'm watching the storm pretty close to near Forney. I know this is a bit more of a populated region. The one near Gatesville isn't really in a populated area, so I won't really pay too much attention to that one right now, but we'll look at it as it gets closer to Waco. Fort Worth will stay dry tonight, Rebecca, so for the most part. Again, like a 10% chance of storms tonight, but it's going to be pretty low end, and I don't expect any severe weather. The only thing that I can imagine us seeing tonight would be these storms right here that are moving off to the north, but they're going to be elevated, so severe weather is less likely out of them. Yeah, these storms might be something to watch as they move off to the north. Let's kind of see them. They're going towards Stephenville right now. There's also a little storm at Brownwood. So definitely something to watch, but as of right now, again, there's a marginal threat for severe weather. I'll bring up the threats right now, the threat level. But this is the look at the threat for tonight. Again, the marginal risk does include those in southwestern North Texas. So again, like Stephenville, as I kind of mentioned before, these would be the only storms that are severe, but as of right now, they look to be fairly low end at this point in terms of severe weather as they move off to the north. So definitely something to watch, but I don't expect it to be too severe. I'm forecasting, again, like a 10 to 20% chance in the Fort Worth region, but I'm not expecting too much beyond that. And that will probably be a few hours until those ever get to DFW, so they might fizzle out by then, but we'll see. I can't tell if there's an outflow banner being shot off here. I can't tell. There is. That might change things. I think the Abilene radar's out, so yeah, it is. So I can't even look at that one. I was about to look at that one to see if there's anything. Are there any other radar sites down here? I know there's one in San Angelo. I don't think it's going to show us anything. I'll look at this one real quick. Kind of see what's going on here, because if there's an outflow boundary, then this could actually end up getting to DFW. You can kind of see the storms there. I can't get a clear radar view on it, but if there is, there's maybe a little bit of a higher chance of seeing storms, those in Fort Worth, but watch those closely. Again, there's going towards Stephenville, not severe, but definitely strong. Maybe some small hail, again, near Comanche right now, going towards Stephenville. We're going to get a timeline on these, get track on them, and kind of give you an idea of when these will get there. So we're moving about 15 miles per hour or so. Kind of put a line on this whole thing. This is basically your area of storms. It's moving off to the north. So this is basically your timing. So Hiko right around 6:31, eventually Dublin 6:42, D Leon right around 6:48, Rising Star 6:49, Gorman 7:13, Stephenville 7:21, and Carbon 7:29. That's your timing on that area of storms moving off to the north. Now, if this is associated with an outflow boundary, that might be quicker, so keep that in mind. But I'm not entirely, I can't 100% ensure that because I really don't know if it is. Can't really see it on radar. Again, these storms near Terrell right now, these ones are moving a bit more east northeast. I'll go and put a track on these ones as well. I'll put a track on all of these. This is all going about 13, just about 15 to 20 miles per hour, but kind of a timeline for you as of right now. So those in Ennis looks like right around 6:33. Timeline right here is probably going to be really off. Actually, I'm not gonna really pay attention to those. Let me go. Actually, let me redraw this track. So that track's not gonna be, that's not really gonna be accurate. This is a bit more accurate though. So the storms that just developed, if they could kind of maintain their composure here, Lawrence right around 6:29, Post Oak Bend City 6:38, Terrell right around 6:41, Kaufman 6:42, Oak Ridge 6:45, Wills Point 7:36, and then eventually by Point at 8:16. That's kind of your timing on these storms right now they're trying to develop. Yeah, and these storms are moving fairly slow, so they're not moving that fast. That was really just a great statement I just said. They're not moving fast, so they're moving slow. But yeah, I mean, these are kind of moving all pretty slow at around 10 to 15 miles per hour. Okay, sorry, I missed a lot of questions. I'll get back to them here. I missed a bunch of questions. We went from May to July. I want spring storms before summer actually gets here. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I mean, luckily we are going to see, it looks like a nice next few days where there's going to be more rain. So, good news there. I appreciate it, Sign. Thanks so much. Appreciate the compliment. All right, let's see. Lumberton, Texas. I honestly don't have a clue if you're talking about tonight's severe weather because that is way out of my coverage area. Anywhere near Beaumont, though, I'd expect if there is any storm chances tonight, which I don't know if there is, that might be sometime after midnight. So, again, I don't know because I don't really cover Beaumont unless it's like hurricanes and stuff like that. By the way, we'll have our first watching the tropics episode for season 2, by the way, coming out on YouTube probably within the next week. So I'll keep an eye on that. There's no tropical systems or anything like that right now, but there will be an episode coming out on that pretty soon. Cleburne and Hillsborough. As of right now, Cleburne will probably stay dry for right now. Doesn't seem like you'll see much more storm activity tonight. But as of right now, a cold front's already passed through your region. If you haven't already noticed, it's much cooler there. It's like 75 right now. Hillsborough might see an isolated storm or maybe a passing shower, but as of right now, you kind of have a break in the activity right here, so doesn't seem like you'll see too much as of right now. Yeah, the storm near Kaufman County, so those near Forney, as I kind of mentioned before, this storm is not severe, but it might be producing some small hail or gusty winds. I don't think it's producing even gusty winds right now. Let me go and double check again. But the storm right now has been producing, by the way, there's pea-sized hail reported near Maypearl. But yeah, gusty winds really aren't being produced by it. There has been hail up the size of Nichols with the storm near Forney, but that is as of right now what I know. I don't think there's anything, there's nothing beyond that as of right now, so it's not warned. But yeah, near Maypearl, just south of Maypearl, there was, penny-sized hail. Nope, pea-sized hail. I don't know why I just said penny. Pea-sized hail was reported, though, with the main portion of the storm near Maypearl. So strong storm here, but this is just south of Maypearl. So a little bit of hail falling with that storm. Again, that's in Ellis County, going to Waxahachie right now. And then there's a little storm right now near Rio Vista that might be producing also some pea-sized hail. So another little strong storm. Again, our only severe thunderstorm as of right now is just west of Gatesville. So that's, again, heading off to the east toward Waco. Those in Waco, definitely be on alert for that storm as it moves off to the east, because that will likely maintain how strong it is, because it has been strong for a while, or severe, I should say, but I'll be moving off to the east. There's a bit more of a wide view at it. Thank you, Rebecca. I appreciate you. I'm glad I'm back here on Facebook. All right, let's see. Again, if you're new here, by the way, on Facebook or on YouTube, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook, and also make sure to turn on post notifications and like the live stream if you haven't already. Appreciate your support. Alvarado, by the way, will probably stay dry tonight. So, again, a pretty low-end chance Alvarado will see anything. The only way that you'll see any more rain tonight would be these storms that are moving off to the north right now, but these are all kind of going towards Stephenville right now. Might just stay off to your west, but we'll have to wait and see. This is kind of an area that I'm questionable about how long it'll stay alive. As of right now, I still don't know if there's an outflow boundary associated with that. So if there is, these could last a lot longer, maybe develop more storms. But as of right now, those don't seem to be severe. They probably won't be severe. No problem, Kay. Appreciate you tuning in for your support. Sherman, Texas also will probably stay dry tonight. Back to working on my carport. Good luck with that. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. P-size tail 20 minutes ago in Covington. Thank you, Kay. Appreciate it. Palestine, Texas. Yeah, you probably won't see storms for at least 3 to 4 hours, I would say. Loss, so it'll probably be a while. Awesome, Christian. Appreciate you tuning in here on YouTube. Yeah, again, if you were just joining us, we are live streaming both YouTube and Facebook. So if you see a comment or if I say something or like reiterating a question, it might be on a different platform. So just keep that in mind. I'm looking at both chats at the same time. I know a lot of people get confused about that. Light pea-sized tail and Forney. Thank you, B1. Appreciate you. The report. Thank you. I appreciate B1. Appreciate your compliment. Kaufman. Yeah, Kaufman might see these strong storms, but as of right now, the largest hailstone size as of now is probably right around pea-sized. But maybe with a small little hailstone, there might be, you know, up to penny size or something like that, or dime size. It might be, you know, around half-inch size, that kind of thing. But as of right now, it looks like it's pretty small at this point. If I go back to that, oop, I did not pull that up. Let me go back to the hail radar here. Let's look at the hailstone sizes over the last several minutes. It should load up here in a second. Here's the latest frame on the radar. So this is kind of looking at the current hailstone sizes. So when the storm peaked, it was up to, there we go. It was up to basically nickel size. So right around dime to nickel size, that kind of range. That's when it was peaking. That was near Seagoville. Now near Forney, as of what I've heard, there's only pea-sized hail as of right now. I don't know if this is updated. Let me refresh this real quick. It might be actually, but yeah, there's pea-sized hail potentially near Forney, and as well as going toward Kaufman. So again, it's fairly small hail. You're not going to see anything too crazy. The storm near Maypearl has had a history of producing large hail, but as of right now, it's basically down to half-inch size or less. Pea-sized hail has been reported with this storm. You kind of see a little bit of an area there just east of Interstate 35E. And then also just southwest of Waxahachie. That's moving toward Waxahachie, so don't be shocked if you see some small hailstone sizes with that storm. Again, the only severe thunderstorm that is producing hail and even damaging winds as well has had a history of producing large hail. You can see it's been over the last hour. It's been producing it since southwest of Avant. And that's, again, moving toward Gatesville right now. This storm will be eventually going toward Waco. And let me go and bring up a track on this one as well. By the way, the storms that are strong going off to the north towards Stephenville, those are producing some small hail, as I mentioned before, so maybe up to half-inch sized hail. But let's go ahead and take a look at the track on this storm, because this storm is the one that's severe. I'm going to go and put a track on that for those that are in Waco. A couple areas of the storm to kind of keep in mind. There's a northern end to it, and there's also a bit more of a southern end to it. So the northern portion is producing damaging winds primarily, and then this is kind of a track on it. So about 18 miles per hour or so. So those in Waco probably won't see the storm until at least about 7:30 to about 8 o'clock. But the area up here to the north looks to be moving a little bit faster. So kind of keep in mind that might be a little bit quicker. But those in Gatesville right around 6:40. Valley Mills 6:54. McGregor right around 7:15. Woodway right around 7:48. Lorena right around 7:53. Waco again right around 7:56 as of right now. It might be there a little bit quicker. Just kind of keep that in mind. Belmed right around 8:04, Lacey, Lakeview right around 8:06, Northcrest right around 8:06, and West right around 8:16. That's kind of your timing as of right now on that severe thunderstorm warning, which I would expect this warning to get reissued for those in Gatesville. But as of right now, that's kind of what we're looking at there. There's also the strong storm that's been kind of developing here near Blum and Rio Vista. This is a new storm near Covington. So watch that one pretty closely going toward Grandview, eventually toward Interstate 35 West. Again, we have some strong storms trying to develop right now near Forney and Seagoville. None of them have been able to manage to become severe. Storm near Waxahachie, actually, on the latest radar scan, kind of showing a little bit of a hail core trying to develop, maybe right along Interstate, or excuse me, not Interstate, Route 287. So this might be an area to watch as well. Those near Ennis, just keep that in mind. Those all in Ellis County, definitely be on alert for maybe a little bit of hail. But as of right now, no large hail as of right now. Yeah, again, this is an area that I'm watching pretty closely as well, again, near Dublin. I'm going to go and take a look at a different radar and kind of get an idea of how fast these are actually moving, because they might be moving faster than what I'm actually forecasting. So let me go and double check real quick, kind of give an idea of when these storms might arrive to those in DFW. All right, so 7 miles times, let's see, how long is this? 723 So it's probably about 20. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put a new track on this. So this is probably about 20 miles per hour for this area of the storms. That's kind of moving off to the north. So this is a timing on these storms. So those near, all right, so D. Leon, basically right about now, if you're seeing anything. Those on the western side of this, that's if storms develop. They probably won't, but the main area of storms is off to the east here. So those in Gorman, 639, Dublin, 641, Stephenville, 717, Mingos right around 802, Gordon, 808, and Taller right around 810. Granbury is probably going to be right around 830. So that's kind of your timeline as of right now. That's on this area of the storms right now going northeast toward DFW. Now, that's if they survive. Again, they might fall apart before they ever get there. So just kind of keep that in mind. A lot of factors with this area of the storms. Yeah, those are all moving off to the northeast. Again, those that are just joining us, there is a severe thunderstorm watch ongoing until 11 p.m. tonight. That does include all the southern and eastern portions of North Texas. It also goes into northeastern Texas for those near Texarkana, as well as down into central and southern Texas. This goes until 11 p.m. again. Hail up the size of baseballs may occur, but as of right now, all the hailstone sizes have been ping pong ball size or less. And also damaging wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour, which we have had 65 mile per hour damaging winds. So that is definitely a possibility tonight, or today. Actually, it's basically the evening at this point. So now we're looking at as of right now. Okay, back to questions. Again, if you have any questions, you can leave them in the chat. My boyfriend is near 40, says dark clouds, wind, heavy rain. Lots of lightning. Thank you, Sign. Appreciate your report. I'm going to take a look at the lightning maps again. I believe there's a pretty good amount of lightning out of these storms. 32 strikes per minute was about 30 minutes ago. Let me go and take a double check at it, see if that's increased at all. It's all estimated by radar, but it's usually pretty accurate. As of right now, lightning strikes per minute, only about 23, 24. So actually not even increased. They're actually a little bit decreased. So the lightning out of these storms right now doesn't seem to be too crazy, at least estimated by radar. So am I a storm chaser? No, I am not. Do I want to be one? Probably not. Info, severe storm started south of Hamilton. I don't think there's no severe weather in Hamilton. Oh, down to your south. I got you. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Yeah, severe weather is kind of staying down here southeast, it looks like. I believe you got a severe thunderstorm a little while ago. This is where the ping pong ball size hail was reported. Near FM 221 and FM 2414 or 24 or 14, whatever you want to say. But that's basically, that was 2 hours ago. So that was in, again, Hamilton County. Yeah, the only severe thunderstorm warning as of right now is going toward Waco. Is the line going to get more organized or kind of stay like it is? No, it will get more organized. Probably not for another few hours though, and that'll primarily be off to our east. Will we expect some hail in Dallas? Dallas will probably not see any hail tonight. If I see any rotation, I can take a look, but I don't think there is any. I'll take a look here in a second. Pretty wild for severe weather. It's not actually that wild, to be honest. I mean, this is pretty low end at this point in terms of the severe weather. We usually see a bit more than this. This is not too crazy, actually. It might be kind of surprising to you, but it's actually, this is pretty like low end for May when it comes to severe weather. We have seen some severe storms, but in my opinion, it's not too crazy as of right now. All right, Wood County, Texas. Where's Wood County at, Christian? You have to give me like a city name. I've chased several tornadoes in my day. As far as I know, there hasn't been any tornado watches issued with these storms. Yeah, there's no rotation or anything. I don't think there's any rotation. I can double check though. Let me double check real quick, because I haven't looked at the rotation in a while. Again, any of these storms near DFW aren't rotating. The only ones that might be are down near Waco. I'm going to take a look at the radar from the radar site just northeast of Round Rock. But yeah, just damaging winds right now. You can actually very well see the damaging winds near Gatesville right now. Winds are peaking, it looks like around 58. I'm surprised it's not warned. I don't know why it isn't, but 60 miles per hour right now near Gatesville. So damaging winds are definitely going through that area. Again, make sure you secure your trash barrels, anything like that, anything that can fly away from damaging winds. You know, plants, cover those over, especially with damaging winds. Obviously, damaging winds are not fun, and it can actually take up hours. So definitely make sure you take the proper precautions and bring those trash barrels in, because I know a lot of people leave those out during storms, and it's not a fun time. That actually happened to me pretty recently. There was a severe thunderstorm, and trash barrels went flying everywhere. So yeah. Definitely good precaution to take. Just gonna be honest with you. Paris will probably stay dry tonight, Cedric. I don't think you'll see any development. At this point, the cap is just weakening right now in Terrell, and as of right now, it looks like Paris is kind of already gone past the cold front. So as of right now, I'm not expecting you to see too much tonight. Yeah, the large hail in Hamilton was 1 inch. Yeah, there was the hailstone size that was reported was 1.6 inches, just disappeared from my map. But just south of Hamilton by a few miles, there was ping pong ball sized hail there. Yeah, I appreciate it, B1. Thank you for your compliment. My cats are outside. Well, I mean, if your cats are outside and there's no severe weather, it's fine, or any storms at least. But if there are some storms, I definitely recommend you bring those in. A good precaution to take. Don't want to lose your animals. By the way, where I am, I think I'm actually going to get a storm here pretty soon. Maybe not. Never mind. Again, if you have any reports or anything like that of any hail in your location, anything like that, make sure to let me know. Again, there are some storms ongoing. The only severe thunderstorm warning is near Gatesville. Again, damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour possible with that. And then eventually, again, there are some strong storms developing, and they've been ongoing for a little while now, for the last 30 minutes or so, right along basically Waxahachie and as well as near Terrell and Kaufman. As of right now, no severe weather with those. The one near Waxahachie right now, this little area here might be producing at least some small hail, maybe penny-sized. So definitely keep that in mind. Again, if you are new here to our YouTube channel, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us again on Facebook for the latest. We keep you updated here throughout the evening, and kind of watching these storms pretty closely. College Station, I think you might see some storms later tonight. I haven't really looked at the timing for you, but I think they'll probably be sometime after 11, 12 o'clock if you see anything. Yeah, doesn't look like you'll have any storms for a while. Again, the main threat tonight for anybody in that watched area is currently damaging winds up to 60 to maybe 70 miles per hour, and hail might be large as well. Video is blurry. Is it actually blurry? Blurry? Is it blurry for anybody else on YouTube or on Facebook? It says on YouTube it's excellent connection, so I'm hoping it's good. Not entirely sure. I've had a trampoline go flying by my old house before. Gotta make sure those things are good to the ground. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. 100%. Yeah, always make sure you secure your, that sort of stuff, like a trampoline especially. I've seen videos of people having those trampolines go flying. Mesquite will probably stay dry tonight. I believe there was a little stell near you, but it looks like you should be kind of staying dry tonight for the most part. And the only storms that might pose a little threat to DFW will be these ones near Dublin that are moving off to the northeast. Yeah, that's about it right now. Near Rio Vista, there's a little elevated storm, it looks like there. Video is not blurry. Okay, thank you. Yeah, it might just be your Wi-Fi or cellular connection or something like that. If it not, you might actually have to click the little gear button on your live stream, and you might be able to change the quality. Sometimes it's auto set to like 360 pixels or something like that, which is very blurry. Make sure you have it on 1080p so you get the best quality. What time for Austin? I can actually, let me go and double check. I'll go and I'll put the future radar up here in just a second. Let me go and pull it up. I'm not sure if I can get Austin, Texas on this radar. Oh, I can. Okay, let me go and do that. All right, this is the latest radar from, this is at least the HRR model, which is usually fairly accurate. All right, here's a look at the future radar. And there we go. All right, so this is over the next few hours. As I kind of mentioned before, showers and storms probably going to develop. This is 7 p.m., so about 30 minutes from now. This kind of look at the radar at that point. Again, there will likely be storms here. This computer radar this is the 22Z radar update, so it's a few hours ago. But there will still be storms there. But by about 8, 9 o'clock, you can see storms moving through Austin, probably between about 8, 9 o'clock or so. And eventually by about 10, 11 o'clock, those storms move out to the east. That's kind of your timeline at this point. Austin might also see some storms even after that, so closer to maybe 12 o'clock or so. By the way, thank you, Leo, for the $5 super chat on YouTube. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Out chasing in southwest Texas. Got some 2-inch size hailstones, really. Thank you for the report. I appreciate it. If you have any pictures, by the way, make sure you send them in. You can send them in to my Facebook or Instagram, or email me as well. My email's down in the description. Yeah, it looks like Austin, Texas might see some storms in the next couple of hours. If they develop, I'm not entirely sure if they will, but it looks like the best timing for review after 11 o'clock. By the way, I'm trying a new alert system out on YouTube, and I did not set it up really properly, so I do apologize. But I do appreciate, again, your $5 super chat. Really appreciate it. Thank you. By the way, My Strange Roads, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. I appreciate it. Welcome. DFW will probably stay tried tonight, Castillo, so you will probably not see anything tonight in terms of storms. Again, a low-end chance for those in southwestern DFW, maybe Tarrant County. These storms are moving off to the northeast. Again, it's kind of questionable if they'll survive or not. By the way, there's near Waco. A couple little storms trying to develop right now near Waco, so watch out for that. Again, just west of Waco near Gatesville. There are strong storms going through those areas. Those are moving east right now. Again, these are producing damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour. So again, those are moving off to the east. And those will be eventually going toward McGregor and Crawford over the next 30 minutes. Van Zant County. You'll probably won't see storms for a couple of hours at least. But again, damaging winds is the main threat. Alvia, again, you might have to go to your gear button and click on the settings, and then eventually you'll find a little quality button. You should be able to change your quality because it's not blurry for anybody else. It might be your internet or cellular reception, but you'll have to click the little gear button to try to change your quality. That might be why. If you're watching on desktop, it sometimes auto picks it to like 240 or something like that. You have to change it to 1080p, 60 FPS. Usually that's an option, or it might be 30 FPS. I don't know what my live stream is, to be honest, but again, if you're new here on YouTube, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Try and post notifications. I know a lot of you are not subscribed that are watching, so make sure to click that subscribe button down below. Again, we do live streams like this all the time. Make sure to follow us again on Facebook, and if you're watching on Facebook as well. Again, we'll keep you updated here through the next several hours. I don't really plan on getting offline anytime soon. We'll just kind of be watching the storms. Again, there are also severe storms ongoing across, southern and southwestern Texas areas, just northwest of San Antonio. A lot of severe storms up there in near Little Rock in Arkansas. This severe thunderstorm watches, by the way, they extend all the way up into Maine. This is a pretty long area of severe thunderstorm watches. At one point, upstate New York was actually included in that. There's actually a tornado warning up in Maine. That's insane. Usually don't see that this early in the year, but yeah, this is a very large area of storms. There's also severe thunderstorms in Florida right now. I mean, Alabama. I think there's like 100 million people under the threat of severe weather today. So it's a very large area of severe weather today. Pretty crazy. There you go, Melvia. Good thing you changed it. Hey, Brad, thank you so much for the 200 stars. Thank you so much. Appreciate your support. Thank you. When storms develop after like 10, 11 p.m., are the tornado risks smaller? In most cases, yes, they are. Not all cases, but most situations, tornado threat is usually lower after sunset. Again, the only severe thunderstorm warning as of right now is for those in Gatesville. Damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour possible with this storm. I'm not entirely sure why there's not a new warning on this, because the winds are definitely pretty high out of this. Definitely probably right around 60 miles per hour, but closer to DFW, these storms are not really producing anything in terms of damaging winds. There might be some small hail with them, but as of right now, they are just strong storms, so nothing too crazy. Again, this one near Waxahachie, as of right now, this might be producing some small hail going toward Palmer and Interstate 45. That's just west of Ennis. And then eventually closer to Kaufman County, just west of Kaufman, there's also a strong storm there, but not severe at this time. There have been a couple of little blimps trying to develop here, basically just like small showers or trying to develop into something, but the cap has remained strong in northeastern Texas so far. That is not expected to last much longer, though. So, again, severe weather will probably start to develop there at some point soon. But as of right now, the warnings are actually at a minimal right now, which is pretty surprising. I was expecting the peak to be right around 7 o'clock, but it might be a little bit later than that. We'll see. Do I have a weather center? This is my weather center. This is my weather room. All right, I think I missed something. Here we go. All right, cool. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. Basically, what we're looking at as of right now across Texas, again, there's a severe thunderstorm watch that's going to be ongoing until 11 o'clock tonight. We have not seen anything too crazy in terms of severe weather yet, but again, there's the only severe thunderstorm warning as of right now is again near Gatesville. There's also a severe thunderstorm warning way down here northwest of San Antonio. These storms have had a history of producing some pretty large hail and also damaging wind gusts. These ones have actually produced, I believe, golf ball sized hail. But that's near Kerrview Kerrville. Excuse, I don't know how I can't say that, but Kerrville is basically under that gun for the severe weather right now. That's going down to the southwest or southeast, excuse me, towards San Antonio. So those in San Antonio definitely be on alert for that. Yeah, this whole cluster of storms right now going toward Waco is going to be something to watch fairly closely for those near Waco. I don't think so, Brad. I think we'll probably stay dry tonight for severe weather. There's a low-end chance we see something, but I think for the most part, DFW probably will stay dry in terms of severe weather. You might see a strong storm, but that'd be about it. By the way, Hurtless, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. I appreciate it. Welcome. Now watch these storms pretty closely. Again, the Waco region seems to be having the worst of the storms so far. I don't know why there's not a new severe thunderstorm warning yet. Obviously on radar it's showing some pretty hefty winds, so kind of surprised by that. Wills Point area probably won't see storms for a few hours. Probably at least an hour or two until you see anything. So it'll be a little while. And that warning just expired, but again, I am going to go ahead and say that there is probably large hail still falling with this storm near Gatesville. So if you're in the Gatesville region, this is basically what we're looking at in terms of large hail. The black area there representing potentially quarter-sized hail. Damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour. Still a possibility with that storm. And again, this is all moving toward Waco, so those in Waco definitely be on alert for that. There's also a little storm developing there near Waco. So some strong storms definitely developing right now. Definitely keep that in mind. That is definitely the worst of the storms that we've seen so far across our region. Again, there's been some fairly large hail down, northwest of San Antonio, but these are, for the most part, I think those storms are going to be weakening as they move down to the south and east. So the upcoming storms at this point, going to a more populated region here pretty shortly. No problem, Carl. It's not always a good thing if the peak is after sunset, but obviously usually after sunset the cap starts to kind of develop back in, especially across the southern plains. So it's a little bit better. Yeah, Christian, you probably will get some rain there in Magnolia a little bit later. I heard some thunder, Fargo. Well, in Dallas, yeah, you might have heard some thunder, but I think most of the storms will stay down to your south and east. As of right now, DFW, here's a look at the live radar. Again, I'm keeping the temperatures up here. If you see those numbers, they're just the temperatures, because there's a dramatic difference in between locations because of the cold front coming through. But you can see again, Denton's only 64, dew point's 57. The dew point is still high enough to support maybe some storm development. I'm not entirely sure if these are specks, but there might be a couple little shower, maybe a little shower developing there near Euless. Could be wrong. I'm gonna go ahead and double check real quick. And no, that's just a speck. I do apologize. That is not rain. But there is an area of rain back down to the southwest. Again, this area near Dublin going to Stephenville right now. This is an area that'll be going toward most likely southwestern DFW. If it can survive, which so far it looks like it's starting to weaken. If it does survive, though, there might be a couple of showers or a weak storm near DFW a little bit later. But the cold front's kind of already moved through. So as of right now, I'm not expecting that to be that big of a threat. Yeah, Dallas. Yeah, Dallas probably won't see any storms tonight, in my opinion. But yeah, it looks like the severe weather, you might have heard thunder again, but looks like that's kind of going off to your south and east at this point. And here's a look at the Waco radar as of right now. All right, 1 second. I'm back. I had to turn my light. Getting way too dark in here. I just realized that. All right. Again, here's a look at the storms right now. Again, main storms right now are near Waco. So you can see there's a little storm kind of popping up right now near Waco. I'm actually going to go down to the radar down to the south because the storms near DFW aren't really that crazy right now. Might be some development here in the next 30 minutes, but as of right now, they're not that strong. Going down to the storms near Waco and Gatesville. Again, these are the storms that might still be severe. One near Gatesville right now, potentially producing damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and also quarter-sized hail. I understand it's not severe thunderstorm warning, but as of right now, but by what we've seen on radar, there are still probably some damaging winds with this. This is the look of the radar right now. So winds around 60 currently, possibly with the storm. Estimated by radar, again, some little areas of 60 miles per hour possibly along here. That's an area to watch fairly closely. Again, some damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour there. And also some fairly large hail, again, possibly with this storm. Probably less than quarter size, maybe around nickel or, maybe dime size, but there is definitely some hail possibly falling with this near Gatesville, right along 36, and just basically anywhere between, you know, north or south of actually Route 84, possibly there. Again, there's a storm developing near Waco right now. This looks to be in the development stage, so there might be a possibility this does become severe at some point down the road, but as of right now, it doesn't seem to be anything too crazy. And again, there's a storm near Rio Vista and Covington that's been kind of trying to develop again, but as of right now, maybe just some small hail. Other than that, I don't expect that to become severe. I will actually go down to San Antonio real quick, because I know that there are some of my viewers from there, so let's go and take a look at wherever this radar site is. This is the closest one, I think. And then we'll go back up to the north here in just a second. But I'm going to take a look at this storm, because this is the only storms that are severe, actually, in North Texas right now. But these storms, as of right now, are moving out to southeast. I don't think they'll make it to San Antonio. Well, they'll probably make it to San Antonio, but I don't know if they'll be severe by then. But if they do make it to your region, probably just quarter-sized hail or less, or damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour for you, Green. Or Rennie. And those are moving down to the southeast. Let me put a timing guide on this for you, though. I don't think they're moving that fast either, so they probably won't be there for a few hours. I can't put a timing guide on there. My software glitched out. Awesome. Let me go and restart my program. 1 second. I do apologize. Thank you, Christian. Appreciate it. Okay. Going back to the live radar. Again, there are severe thunderstorm watches all the way up into Maine. But this is a look at the storms again. I'm going to put a track on this for you. And this is kind of the track right here. And this is about 15 miles per hour. I'm going to put 20 just in case, but basically going toward Comfort around 7:38. Eventually going toward Fair Oaks Ranch right around 8:42. That's kind of your track. And eventually San Antonio is probably going to be around 10 o'clock. So they might not be severe by then. Yeah, that's your timing guide. If you need to, just pause it back then. But other than that, I don't think they'll be too crazy there. Check Dallas. Check Dallas. Let's just see the radar. Just look at the North Texas radar. So again, closer to areas like Dallas. Dallas is still dry, so other than that, there's still some basically weak storms and downpours near Taylor right now, but they're not severe. They're not really strong anymore. Storm near Waxahachie is completely fizzled out. There's a storm developing near Blooming Grove, so that'll be a storm to watch. And then obviously there's actually a storm still strengthening here near Rio Vista, moving very slow, but in between Rio Vista and Grandview. That storm is trying to strengthen as of right now. Not severe, but it is trying to develop, so just keep that in mind. But other than that, that is not severe. Again, back out to the west, a little area of storms. Looks like it's weakening now, but going towards Stephenville, maybe some rain there before that completely kind of crushes itself. Basically, it's going to go away probably within the next 30 minutes or so. But if it can keep going, which I don't think it will, but it might get close to maybe Glen Rose or Granbury or something like that, but I don't think it'll make it that far. Again, our only strong and probably severe storms right now, by the way, this one near Waco is very strong. That's actually probably producing some large hail right now, just southeast of Waco, southeastern Waco, just east of Beverly Hills. This is a storm that really you have to watch out for, those near Waco. Again, that might be producing some large hailstones. It's a little bit of a rural area. You kind of see by the roads here, a lot more population in this area here, but definitely maybe a little bit of hail there. Following with that storm initially, right along 6 and 340. Just east of Interstate 35. So definitely watch that storm pretty closely if you're in Waco. Again, just west of Waco, there's a whole cluster of storms going your way, so these might also be producing damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, so keep that in mind for those that are near Gatesville. Yeah, that's what we're looking at as of right now. Hope everyone stays safe there in Texas. We are in northeastern Arkansas getting hammered by some serious 60-mile-per-hour winds and rain. Yeah, there are some crazy storms up there in Arkansas. I was looking a few minutes ago. But yeah, there's a lot of storms up there that are definitely severe. There's a lot more severe storms over there than there are in Texas right now. So, but we usually prioritize Texas weather over other states for the most part. Okay, let's see. I'm the only one that's going to see rain. Tyler, going to see any rain tonight? You might. Tyler's probably has about a 60 to 70% chance of rain tonight. Again, we're watching the storm pretty closely near Waco. That's definitely possibly severe right now. And I don't know why there's not a warning on any of these. I know there's definitely damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour with the storm near Gatesville due to the winds that you can see on radar. But I don't know. They're obviously the storm near Waco is pretty strong, probably potentially severe as well. Big Sandy. I don't think Big Sandy will see any tornado threat tonight, Leon. But you might see some damaging winds as those storms approach your region. Yeah, I just saw somebody comment, but yeah, it's definitely 70 degrees in Fort Worth. Yeah, it's a lot cooler, by the way, in DFW. If you haven't already seen the temperatures, this is right now. So if you go, over to Tyler, Texas, for example, it's still 91. But you can just see in DFW, the warmest area in DFW right now is 82 degrees, and that's in far eastern Dallas County. Other than that, 64 in Denton County, it's 61 in Cook County, 61 in Grayson County. It's a lot cooler up there to the north. Austin, 30% chance of rain. Does that seem accurate? Yeah, that's pretty accurate. I would say that's pretty fair to say in terms of a forecast. Again, if you're new here to Facebook, make sure to follow our Facebook page, as well as if you're on YouTube, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Try and post notifications. Again, we do live streams like this all the time, so make sure you subscribe if you're new here, and as well as make sure to like the live stream if you haven't already. We're up to 52 likes, so if you haven't already liked the live stream, I would appreciate it. Storm is heading at my place now. Yeah, the storms are heading off to the east right now, so they're definitely going in that direction toward Tyler. Send us rain in Central Texas. Yeah, I know it. Unfortunately, as of right now, I mean, it depends on where you are in Central Texas, but unfortunately, those that are back out to the west, like Abilene and San Angelo, really need the rain. And fortunately, today it looks like you'll miss out. Maybe on Monday and Tuesday, though. Monday and Tuesday seem to be the best chances for rain for those areas. Again, the storm's going toward Waco right now, the one in Waco, possibly producing large hail and damaging winds. I don't know why they're not warned, as I kind of mentioned before, but yeah, Big Sandy's not expecting tornadoes or anything like that. Gatesville, there was a report of half-inch sized hail just west of Gatesville at about 7:51. That is not with the main hail core, though, as of right now. All right, we got our severe thunderstorm warning. I don't know why it took so long, but this is your latest severe thunderstorm warning for those in Waco, Valley Mills, and I'll be going kind of listing off everything here in just a second. I do have to go and post a warning, or post this on Facebook real quick. It'll take 2 seconds, but just give me 1 second. All right, cool. Got that posted. All right, so the latest on the severe thunderstorm warning for those in Waco. This includes, this is the location. So Waco, Robinson, Belmed, Woodway, Lacey, Lakeview, McGregor, West, Beverly Hills, Valley Mills, Crawford, Halsburg, North Crest, Golson, Leroy, Ross, and Aquila. Well, I'm probably not saying the name right, but those are the cities that are included in this severe thunderstorm warning. This does not expire until 8 p.m. tonight. The damaging wind gust up to 60 miles per hour will be possible with this area of the storms, as well as the potential for $50 size hail with any of these storms. That does include the storm that is just southeast of Waco right now. So any of the storms that are west of Waco, so near Valley Mills, Crawford, McGregor, those are producing damaging winds as of right now around 60 miles per hour, could even be a smidge higher than that. There's also that severe thunderstorm warning. Again, the area just southeast of Waco is likely producing at least $50 sized hail. I don't believe it's producing damaging winds. Let me go and double check on that. But again, this is a new severe thunderstorm warning for those that are near Waco. And yeah, the storm near Waco right now, the one that's just southeast of Waco, not producing damaging winds, but it is producing potentially some large hail. The reports initially have been half-inch sized hail, so that's basically just under dime-sized hail. So that's what we're looking at in terms of that portion of the storm. Again, the storm that is just west of Waco is producing damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour. We're going to take a look at the velocities on here. You can get a general idea here. I don't have the right radar site, so it won't show. Let me go to the right radar site here. All right, so this is the radar site for those that are near Valley Mills, Crawford, and McGregor. Should be popping up here. There we go. All right, so here's a look at the radar view. So again, this is the winds that we're seeing out of this. So the peak as of right now looks to be right around 56 right now, about just west of McGregor right now, so kind of on the center portion of the storms right now. And that's kind of what we're looking at, actually. The peak seems to be, as of right now, the velocities are kind of showing right around 55 is right now the peak with that. The one near Waco is currently about 20, so nothing too crazy with that storm. Other than the hail. There's hail out of this storm again, just southeast of Waco. Here's the latest radar scan, so you can still see just southeast of Waco. The storm hasn't moved much over the last 10 minutes, but that is a storm that's producing potentially up to quarter-sized hail. The storm back out to the west, though, is potentially producing half dollar-sized hail and also damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour. Radar estimates have it right around 55, so southernmost storm weakening. Southernmost storm. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Southernmost. Depends on where you're talking about. There are a lot of southernmost storms. Again, there is a severe thunderstorm warning. Those that are just joining us, those in Waco, Valley Mills, Crawford, McGregor, West, basically anywhere to the north of Marlin. Those areas are included right now. The potential for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and also some half-dollar sized hail. That's your current threats with this storm. Again, this is moving east. So again, those in Waco have to be under alert for the potential for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour. So keep that in mind as it moves off to the east. Yeah, the one near San Antonio is weakening. That storm's been weakening for a while. It probably won't go away for another hour or two, like in terms of being non-severe. It probably will continue to weaken over the next hour or two. That's what we're looking at in terms of that storm right now. Again, the storm right now in Waco and McGregor, Crawford, Valley Mills. This is the storm that we're watching fairly closely. Damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour. Half-dollar sized hail possible. That's what we're looking at there. Again, closer to DFW as of right now. We're not really looking at any severe weather. Just a couple of showers at this point. A storm is trying to develop west of Corsicana. A storm near Stephenville is still ongoing, but it's not really severe at this time. It's just strong, maybe some small hail. Let me go take a look at the hail radar here. And just to look at the hail radar, so you can kind of get a general idea. This is what's being estimated by radar. So just west of Valley Mills, being estimated by radar is potentially half-dollar sized. So just northwest of Crawford, you get kind of see it at 1.2 to 1.3 inches. That's right around half-dollar size. Those near Crawford, basically around nickel to penny size, that kind of range there. Then also near McGregor, some small hail, maybe half-inch size or so. And the initial reports of this storm just southeast of Waco have only been half-inch sized hail. That could change. But you can kind of see it's being estimated by radar right around quarter-sized. The radar comparison, by the way, I'm going to pull up the radar. Here's your main area of the storm right now, just southeast of Waco. Then eventually this little line of storms basically have to cluster at this point, but the area of storms out to your west will be moving into Waco within the next 30 minutes. I'm actually going to put a timeline on this. I believe it's moving about 15 miles per hour. But we're going to put the timeline on this area of the storms right now. There's a couple layers to this. There's the initial, and then there's a little back end to it. The back end just rain. The initial is definitely bringing some damaging wind gusts and maybe some large hail. All right, here's a little bit of a timeline for you. So those that are anywhere off to the east of this area of the storms right now. So again, Woodway right around 7:48, Beverly Hills 7:58. Waco was forecasted for about 8 o'clock. Might be a little bit quicker than that. Beverly as well, 8 o'clock. Robinson 8:04. Belmed right around 8:11. Lacey Lakeview 8:15. West 8:27. And Mart is 9:03. That's your timeline right now for this area of the storms. Again, this is all moving off to the east. And again, there's a little cell that is just southeast of Waco that's producing potentially quarter-sized hail. That one is not producing damaging winds, though, as of right now. So definitely make sure you are alert on that storm. And make sure, again, you are taking the proper precautions tonight. Bring your car into your garage. Make sure you, again, buckle anything down. If you have any trampolines outside, as kind of mentioned before, make sure those are locked down, especially with damaging winds. So those, again, near Waco, make sure you take those proper precautions now and not later, because obviously later is going to be too late. Trash bins, that sort of thing. Make sure you bring those in as well. This is our main area of the storms right now. Again, those are that watching on YouTube, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like the live stream. We're only about 13 likes away from 75. If you have not already liked, I know a lot of you that are here that probably haven't, because there's 85 viewers and there's 62 likes. A lot of you probably haven't liked, so make sure to like the live stream. And again, make sure you are following us here on YouTube. We do live streams like this all the time. I would appreciate your support. Waco is not getting a tornado. There is no tornado with this storm. Let's take a look at the rotation, and there's really no rotation with any of this. It's just damaging winds, so 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds is really the only threat right now. No tornado threat. Again, there's a low-end tornado threat for those that are potentially in northeast or north Texas, but so far no storm development has happened there. Yeah, that's what we're looking at in terms of at least a tornado threat tonight. It should be fairly low. All right, cool. Check out that rotation. I know it. How's it going, Ryan? Welcome on in. All right, again, for those that are just joining us, there is a severe thunderstorm warning ongoing for those in Valley Mills, Crawford, and McGregor. Those areas are seeing the storm as of right now, so damaging winds around 60 miles per hour, and also $half size hail possible at that. Again, near Waco, severe weather will be going toward your location pretty shortly. There was a storm potentially producing quarter-sized hail initially. That storm is starting to weaken as of now. That's near Belmed as well, and just south of Lacey Lakeview. Again, the potential for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and quarter to maybe $half sized hail does exist with that line cluster, I really am going to call it. And then again, that maybe little isolated storm might be producing some small hail now, but it was initially producing maybe quarter-sized hail. Yeah, there's no tornado with this storm. Again, just to kind of reiterate, there's no tornado. It is just a severe thunderstorm. Yeah, I don't think there will be too much. Honestly, I was kind of surprised. There hasn't been that much development so far tonight. I was expecting a little bit more than this. This is a look from the DFW radar. I was expecting more storms to develop, but so far, it's just, these storms have actually been kind of cut off by the cap at this point. Closer to, areas like Corsicana and, again, Terrell, I should say, and then again, south of Greenville. Cap seems to be remaining fairly strong. It is a bit of a, broken line of showers, I could call it. I mean, it's not really a line of storms. But yeah, and also, by the way, those that are near Stephenville, just west of Stephenville, there's a little strong storm there. Watch out for that. By the way, thank you, Brianna, for becoming a supporter. I appreciate it. Thank you so much on Facebook. I believe you resubscribed, if I'm not mistaken. I appreciate you being a supporter. Thank you so much. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe on YouTube. Again, a lot of you are watching that are not subscribed. We do live streams like this all the time. I would appreciate your support. If you're on Facebook as well, make sure to follow our page as well for the latest. Again, there's a little strong storm near Stephenville right now. It's moving off to the northeast, but it's not severe at this time. And here's your main area of storms right now near Valley Mills, Crawford, McGregor. That area is seeing damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour. Oh, goodness. Call me out like that. Okay, I won't call you out like that. I apologize. Also, there's a storm near Waco right now. Again, that storm's producing potentially some hail. This is the latest radar view, by the way. This is actually probably producing quarter-sized hail still. Again, just east of Waco, right in between the 340 and 6 connection there, just east of Waco and east of Interstate 35. That storm there is producing potentially quarter-sized hail. No damaging winds with this portion of the storm right now, but that is also moving up to the northeast. Where else am I streaming? I'm streaming on Facebook as well. I stream to both Facebook and YouTube. I like seeing live cams from city near storms. Yeah, actually, I need to look up if I can actually use... I know... I don't know if I can use EarthCam. EarthCam's the one I usually use. But I don't usually post it on live streams. I'm not sure if I can actually use it, though, commercially. Yeah, it looks like I can't. About to say I would look at some of the city views and stuff. A lot of that stuff I have to pay for though, and I honestly cannot afford that sort of stuff. That's pretty expensive. Usually those commercial sort of things are, you know, upwards of $200 to $300, you know, a year or something like that, or even a month sometimes. I'm trying to look into potentially getting some Storm Chaser footage potentially for next year. I'm not looking at this year because this year I have not made nearly enough money to actually be able to afford that sort of thing. But I'm hoping next year, if I can continue to grow my page up more, I can hopefully be able to afford those sort of things. And maybe even, you know, potentially get Storm Chaser footage. I know there's a website that provides that sort of thing. And I know there's a commercial membership. I don't know. I can't remember how much it is, but it's a good amount of money. But I might look into that next year. This year, I mean, we're still, you know, we're already, I think, past the peak of severe weather season at this point. We kind of are. I mean, we're on the 21st. Peak of the severe weather season is actually this week. But hopefully next year I'll look into it more. Who do I have for the game 3 of the Celtics versus Heat? Is that tonight? I'll go with the Heat by 4. I don't believe in the Celtics. Celtics' ability at home has been pretty abysmal recently. You're streaming on TikTok? Okay, thank you. Do I sleep? Yes, I do sleep. I definitely sleep. If I wasn't, you know, hopefully it looks like I've slept, but yeah, I do sleep. I know some live cams in City are copyright infringing. If you know of any that aren't copyright infringement, and you link them to me, definitely let me know. Just send them to me on, you know, Facebook or something like that, or on Instagram. I'll have to double check on it, but yeah, I can definitely look into that sort of thing. I kind of want to use live cams. That would be pretty helpful, but I feel like if you want more viewers, expanding to most of Texas would also help that. Yeah, I know. I'm aware of that. You know, it's just hard because my Facebook audience is about 31,000, and they're all from North Texas. I mean, like 90% of them. So it's kind of hard to just expand to the entire state when I have that sort of thing kind of restricting it a bit. On YouTube, when I was doing live streams on YouTube last week, I was doing a lot more of kind of everywhere. I was doing more, you know, of Oklahoma. I was also doing more portions of Texas. It gets a little bit restricting. I can obviously do a bit more weather though. Actually, I can probably do that now because I think my Facebook audience is a little bit more dwindled now. Usually I have a lot more viewers on Facebook though that are looking for North Texas weather. But I'm trying to expand more and more, especially on YouTube, because I know on YouTube, a lot of you guys would watch, you know, other states and stuff like that. Ryan, I just don't think that's true. I'm definitely not on MySpace. I don't even know. Is MySpace still around? There's literally any tornadoes or something like that. Yeah, I can't really. Okay, so there's a thing with that. With that sort of copyright infringement store stuff, because actually on Facebook a couple of weeks ago I got a copyright strike, which was actually false, but I don't want to risk it because it actually affects my monetization for like a elongated amount of time, and I don't really want to risk that sort of thing. I'm not going to try to do copyright sort of stuff because it's just not worth it. It's actually a lot less worth it than you think. Okay, let's go actually through more of the severe storms that are ongoing, because I know a lot of you guys are probably watching, kind of wondering where are all the severe storms. So let's go through the portions of the storms down in southwestern Texas. So this is near Kerrview right now. Again, this is going towards San Antonio. So there's a severe thunderstorm warning for those that are just south of Kerrville, and this is all south of Interstate 10. And again, this severe thunderstorm warning is ongoing for the potential for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and $half sized hail. So this is obviously a potential through 8 o'clock. The potential, again, there's actually a tornado possibility with the storm. It's actually labeled as a tornado possible. Just take a look at the velocities here. And I would assume this is where a tornado might be a possibility with the storm. Again, this is going toward Bandura right now, going towards San Antonio. So damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and $half sized hail. Again, a potential for a tornado does actually exist with this storm, so definitely keep that in mind for those that are just south, again, of Interstate 10. This is going towards San Antonio. It is only moving east-southeast at about 15 miles per hour, so it's not moving very fast, but that is a storm to watch. Warning will not expire until 8 o'clock tonight. So those are storms to watch. Again, those in southwestern Texas. And again, near Waco, there's a severe thunderstorm warning for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and $half sized hail. And again, the potential for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and $half sized hail is possible. I just said that. But again, Waco is currently seeing that severe storm, and that line is going toward that region there over the next few minutes. Let's go up to Arkansas real quick. I haven't really looked at the weather up here, but let's go and take a look throughout the other states. So Arkansas obviously has had a lot of severe weather so far. There is a potential for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and quarter-sized hail with this area of the storms. from Greenbrier all the way up to Heber Springs and Pleasant Plains. Those areas are all included in a pretty low, this is a huge severe thunderstorm warning, but it's going until 7:30 tonight. Potential for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and quarter-sized hail is possible with that. So Clinton, Fairfield Bay, Augusta, Greenbrier, Bald Knob, Diaz, Maria's Ferry, Worcester, Quitman, Guy, as well as Rosebud and Patterson are all included in this severe thunderstorm warning. So that's for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and quarter-sized hail. A lot of these other storms as well producing the same exact threats. I'm not going to go through all of those, but those are also producing those threats. For those, again, these are for our YouTube viewers that are possibly viewing in for other areas like Arkansas, but those storms are producing, again, damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and quarter-sized hail. That's the entire line of storms. It's not just one. This is a huge line of storms, by the way. This goes actually all the way up into Illinois, I believe. Yeah, it's southern Illinois. It goes all the way up into the southern Illinois and extends actually all the way down to the southwestern Arkansas. So it's a pretty long line of storms. And I believe these are all moving pretty quickly, all around 50 miles per hour. So definitely a quick moving line of storms. And it looks like the main threat being damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and maybe a little bit of quarter-sized hail. Let's go up to the north. There's a lot of individual severe thunderstorm warnings. I won't really look at those. All the way up to the north. I know a lot of people don't really see severe weather in New York, but we're going to kind of take a look at this. So those that are near, looks like just southeast of Buffalo, currently seeing a couple severe thunderstorm warnings there. Damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and quarter-sized hail possible there. Back to the west of that, near Westfield, and as well as near Mayville, a little storm there going off to the northeast. Near Jamestown, potential for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and quarter-sized hail is possible there. And a couple of other storms there that are producing pretty much the same threats. A lot of the low-end severe thunderstorms are going across the northeast. Also a flash flood warning there until 10 o'clock tonight. Those in, I believe this is northwestern Pennsylvania. So those areas are seeing that flash flood warning again for Medville, looks like. So that's an area to watch there. I know there was a tornado warning up here in Maine a little while ago. I'm actually going to take a look at these storms real quick. And yeah, it looks like near Berlin right now, Lancaster, just east of there, currently seeing potential for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour in $half size hail. And that is close to Mount Washington. I don't remember where Mount Washington is here. I think it's right about here. But that's going toward, it looks like North Conway here pretty soon. Actually might be moving off to the east. Let me go and take a look here at the radar. Yeah, these are actually moving east. Never mind, it's not going that way. But this is all going off to the east toward Rumford. Eventually, it's going to be going toward, it looks like there's another severe thunderstorm warning, those north of Farmington and Bingham. Those areas potentially damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and also maybe some quarter-sized hail. Yeah, that's your warnings as of right now across really the entire United States. And there's also a severe thunderstorm watch ongoing across Maine, as well as New Hampshire. There was actually a tornado warning. You could see it there at the very beginning of that. So that was, I believe, like an hour ago or so. Let me double check here. 6:30. Yeah, that was a while ago, but that tornado warning has been, it looks like, canceled. So yeah, that's your warnings across the United States. I am not really used to doing nationwide weather, but those that are tuning in from other locations, again, I will actually go through other severe weather if anyone has any questions about those, but I usually don't look at other weather. Actually, there are some in Florida, aren't they? No, the warnings actually are all canceled. So I was about to say there might be some in Florida. I know there's a marginal threat for severe weather across Florida today, so never know. More you know. Okay, cool. I appreciate it, Sign. Thank you. Sorry, I missed that message. When will that storm reach Austin? I don't know if Austin's gonna see anything. It looks like Austin might not see anything tonight. If you see anything, the storms will have to be developing pretty soon. But as of right now, the only storms are down to your southwest and off to your north. There's nothing in between right now. So as of right now, it doesn't look like Austin's gonna see too much. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I could do that. Yeah, I definitely could do, you know, copy and paste live stream links and stuff like that, but sometimes it kind of takes away from being able to kind of watch live stream and stuff like that. Yeah, Waco right now is seeing the severe thunderstorm warnings ongoing, damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and $half-sized hail. Again, the main area of the storm, the one near Waco, there was quarter-sized hail reported, and I was mentioning this a few times, but just southeast of Waco, confirmed quarter-sized hail at 7:04, so 16 minutes ago with this area of the storm that's just off to the east of the little line that's coming our way. But the area of this line right here is producing potentially damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and also maybe some quarter-sized hail. Thank you, by the way, Cheryl and as well as Larry on YouTube for subscribing. I appreciate it. Welcome. Anybody else that has subscribed here to the YouTube channel, I appreciate you subscribing. You for tuning in as well. Appreciate it. All right, back down to the southwest near San Antonio. Let me go and take a look at this storm. I know it was rotating, so actually we're going to take a look at this again. It has a possibility for a tornado. Has that label on the warning. Let's take a look at the rotation here. And as of right now, this is kind of where the rotation would be. It doesn't seem to be too strong right now. It looks kind of broad at this point. Here's the base velocity. So yeah, it's kind of broad right now. It's not strong. Yeah, that's a possibility maybe for a tornado at some point. Looks like it actually tightened at one point. Let's go back here for a second. Let me go back a few scans. It was a little bit tighter here. See right here. This is when it was actually pretty tight. 7:04 p.m. That was near 110. And then going through the last few scans, it's kind of fizzled out a bit more. Looks like it's in a fairly rural area, though, because the only areas included in this are Medina, Kerrville, Bandura, Center Point, Camp Verde, and Kerrville. I'm not even going to say that park name, but that's also the other area that's included in it. But at this point, it looks like the rotation's fairly broad. Yeah, this was originally... This does have the tornado possible tag on it, so there's a possibility there's a tornado that might develop with this, but as of right now, looks to be fairly on the low end. Yeah, I can go back to Waco. Make sure I can get the radar view here. Here's a look at Waco right now. And my software just froze. Great time to freeze. Give me 1 second, and it's going to take 2 seconds to restart my software here. Gotta love when it crashes. Most people got a few tablets or monitors. Yeah, some people do, but honestly, it's kind of hard to do that sort of thing. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not entirely sure yet. All right, here's a look at the Waco storm. So this is kind of what we're looking at as of right now. Again, damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and $half size hail is the possibility as of right now with this storm. Going south, yeah, that's what we're looking at right now. Again, anywhere in this storm here is producing potentially damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour. That's the main threat with this area of the storms. That got to the east of that, quarter-sized hail possible here just northeast of Waco. There's also a possibility there might be some small hail back out to the west. It doesn't seem to be up to $half size anymore. That's what we're looking at there. And actually, I'm going to go back to the DFW radar. I'm not sure what's going on up here right now. I haven't really looked at eastern DFW yet in a little while. And it looks like some storms are trying now to develop near Wills Point and just southeast of Kaufman. So a couple of storms trying to develop right now. Doesn't seem to be anything too crazy, but a couple of storms trying to develop there. Blooming Grove, a little strong storm there. Definitely something to monitor there. This shower's been ongoing for a long time near Rio Vista and Grandview. I mean, this has been here for a couple of hours, hasn't it? Unless it's a new shower, but man, that has been there forever. I don't think it's moved at all. Then one near Stephenville, by the way, this one's been strong for a while, but this one potentially producing some small hail as it heads towards Stephenville. Maybe a little bit of gusty winds. Moves off to the northeast. So yeah, there are several storms ongoing right now. Again, the only one that's severe is right now near Waco. There's obviously one northwest of San Antonio. So that's what we're looking at as of right now in terms of storms. We're looking at as of right now. Again, this is the main storm that we're watching, so we'll keep an eye on this one pretty closely. Again, those in Waco, make sure you are staying away from windows, especially during this kind of storm, because there is a potential for damaging winds. As it moves off to the east. College Station, I don't think you'll see too much tonight. Tornado threat's pretty much zero for you, so I don't really expect much for College Station, Cat, but I can't rule out maybe a brief passing storm or shower, but other than that, I think you'll probably stay dry. I don't know if are you under the severe weather outlook tonight? I haven't really looked. Let me take a look at that. I usually don't look too much at College Station, but I can take a look real quick. College Station's actually under I believe it's slight risk. I think you're under a slight risk. I think I should know where College Station is. Where is it? somewhere over here. I just can't remember where. Isn't it just east of Waco? Come on, give me some directions on where College Station is. I don't know why I can't find it on this map. It's like not appearing for me. But let me take a look at the outlook here. This is today's outlook, so there's a slight risk. Dallas probably won't see anything tonight. So, you probably won't see anything in terms of severe weather tonight. You're Brian. Okay. Be close. Oh, is it right here? Or is it just the... Oh, College Station. Okay, I don't know why it didn't pop up. That was so weird. Okay, so yeah, this is an area that is actually under slight risk. So you might see storms later tonight. But as I kind of mentioned before, it looks like there's a big broken area here. Unless storms can kind of develop here, I don't know if you'll really see much. But the main threat, again, if you do see storms, will be damaging winds. And Austin, once again, I don't think you'll probably see much tonight. Unless storms start developing here pretty soon. As of right now, we haven't seen much storm development back out to your west. It's just some showers. Take the Storm Prediction Center here off. There we go. So, yeah, I don't know if you'll see much tonight. But as of right now, it looks like you're kind of staying dry. There's a possibility. Again, a cold front won't be moving through your region for a while. So, storms might develop a little bit later. Again, your time frame right now is sometime between about 8 o'clock to about 1 in the morning if you see anything. Better chance seems to be after about 11 for you. And College Station's probably be right around the same. So probably right around 11 to about 1 in the morning. Probably be your better chance for showers or storms. Maybe a bit later than that. Oh, you go to college there? I got you. No, you're good. No problem. Marcel, I don't know if I'm saying that name right, but problem. Totally fine. No problem, Kat. All right, back to the Waco storm. As I kind of mentioned before, there has actually been now 2 reports of quarter-sized hail right along, basically in east of Beverly Hills by about 4 or 5 miles. That's kind of where these hail reports have been in Waco. But one was at 7:17, so about 10 minutes ago, and there's also one about 25 minutes ago, quarter-sized hail. And also the warning was just updated, so now it's just quarter-sized hail and damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour with this storm. And again, quarter-sized hail has fallen with the storm as it moves off to the northeast. Or east-northeast, excuse me. So, again, Waco is going to see some damaging winds. Go to the base velocities here. Show us what the damaging winds are looking like right now. I don't think the winds are as high as they once were. Right now, winds are around 40 miles per hour in the peak. So, just some gusty winds at this point. I don't see any severe winds as of right now with this area of the storm. So, that's good news for those in Waco. But other than that, there's at least some gusty winds that can still cause some minor damage and whatnot. But other than that, we're looking at primarily, it looks like, just a large hail threat. So potentially up to quarter-sized hail with that. No problem. Yeah, I totally understand that. I know a lot of people have fears of that sort of stuff. So you're not alone with that. Bardwell, Texas. Let me go back up to the northeast here. I'm not sure if there has been too much action up here, but let me go and double check here. All right, Bardwell isn't it close to Waxahachie? If you're in southern Ennis or Ellis County, you probably won't see much more tonight. Maybe a passing shower. Looks like most storms will stay down your south and east. I believe Bardwell, isn't it in southern Ellis County? If you give me like a more specific, like a city or something like that, I can give you a bit more of a better idea of what you're looking at. Thank you, me. I appreciate it. Thank you for subscribing. Also, hitting the thumbs up. Yeah, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe again to our YouTube channel. Like the live stream. Do that. Appreciate your support. Temple. I don't think you're gonna. I think the storms are gonna stay just to your north. Yeah, the main area of storms right now that's severe at least are off to your north. Can't rule out that a storm might be coming toward you behind you if a storm can develop, but as of right now, it looks like you're gonna stay dry, Samantha. All right, I'm gonna be back in 1 minute. If you have any questions, again, leave them in chat. But I will be back in about a minute. Stay tuned. Alrighty, we're back. I had to get water. Alright, we have our actually we have a new report of damaging winds, and just northwest of Waco. So this is a report from 22 minutes ago. That is a 58-mile-per-hour wind gust report by ASOS. So I believe that's the airport. Yeah, that's actually what it is. So yeah, there was a damaging wind report of 58 miles per hour. That is just 4 miles northwest of Waco, but that was about 23 minutes ago. So it was a little bit a while ago. Yeah, that's a new report, by the way, for those that are just northwest of Waco. Again, there has been some damaging winds before. It looks like most of the wind threat has kind of subsided a little bit, so good news there. All right, let's see. No, I'm not a meteorologist, but I will be in a few years. I'm currently in college, though, to become a meteorologist. I appreciate Mia. Thank you. Underwaxachi near Ellis County. Yeah, so Barwell is probably clear for the rest of tonight. Maybe a shower passing by, but most of the storms are now down to your south and east. So, Helen Woodway, thank you, Joe, for the report. Appreciate it. So far, overcast in Austin. No dark clouds. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's too much in terms of anything crazy right now. Let me go to the satellite imagery. I haven't looked at it in a little while. I'm gonna bring it up and see what's happening. It's actually pretty cool. All right, let me go and show you this. So let's go and zoom in on this. So this is a satellite imagery. And this is very well depicted. If you I can't zoom in too much on this, but if I zoom in a little bit, you kind of see the overshooting cloud tops right now. This is near Waco, and just off to the north of Waco. Those darker areas representing some fairly high clouds. Those are like overshooting cloud tops at this point. So, I mean, that's pretty impressive to see on satellite imagery. There's also some storms developing, it looks like, just east of Dallas, so near east of Rockwall. Those in eastern North Texas, it looks like some storms are developing there. I'm fully here to make sure I can get a better view on it. But this is over the last couple of hours, so just see all the clouds. There's also been a couple of storms here. Again, that's near Stephenville. That's heading actually toward, it looks like, Palo Pinto and Parker County. So maybe an isolated storm might be going toward your direction. But it looks like, obviously, all the storms that are severe at this point are all moving off to the east. Kind of forming that line right now. Kappa stayed fairly strong, by the way, again, in northeastern Texas. Looks like some storms are actually trying to develop, it looks like, right here. North of Bonham. Trying to develop. We'll take a look at that sort of stuff here in just a moment. Let me get the radar view, though, in the right position here. Let's go back down to the Waco storm and kind of see what's going on here. Take off the temperatures for now, because the temperatures are kind of getting in the way right now. Take that off. Go. Actually, I'm going to put the wind gust. I don't know if the wind gust is going to show anything. Actually, it shows 46 as of, that was a while ago, that was 720. So wind gusts as of 726, about 43. So there are wind gusts around 40 to 50 miles per hour still. As of right now, it doesn't seem to be over 50 out of that severe storm. So just kind of keep that in mind. Even near Temple, apparently there's a wind gust of 35 down there. So there's actually some strong wind gusts there. Other than that, DFW kind of around 30 right now behind the cold front. So it's a little bit of a little windy there. Stephenville, by the way, there's still a strong storm there. Not severe, though, at this time. And that's kind of weakening at this point. So Stephenville getting some rain. But other than that, as I kind of mentioned before, this storm will probably, or I really should just say downpour at this point. But that will start weakening as it moves off to the northeast. So good news there for those there. Let's go back down to the San Antonio storm real quick, because I know a few of us, or a few of you guys are watching from there. Let's go and take a quick look at what's going on here near San Antonio. This was originally rotating at one point. I don't think it is anymore. And the rotation has subsided at this point. So it's looking to be just mainly a damaging wind right up to 60 miles per hour. And also maybe some $half size tail. The tornado label got removed from this severe thunderstorm warning. So good news there. Again, this is going off to the east, southeast. It'll eventually go probably toward northern San Antonio. So those there might see the storm, but it's been weakening for a while. So I don't expect it to last that much longer. So just kind of your update there for those that are near San Antonio. Again, back closer to DFW, here's the radar view right now. So as I kind of said before, there were some storms trying to develop here. They're kind of blowing up north of Bonham. That's going to Oklahoma, though. Those storms are developing there. A little shower right now developing north of Mount Pleasant. Some strong storms, again, east of Terrell near Wills Point. And these are moving off to the east. And again, that's all north of Canton and just west of Canton as well. A couple of storms again kind of firing up right now, again near Corsicana and east of Blooming Grove near Oak Valley. Again, there's a strong, maybe even a bit more, this might become severe here pretty shortly, but that's actually producing probably nickel-sized hail near Penelope and as well as near Malone, just west and northwest of Hubbard and west of Dawson. This actually might have a potential for some hailstone sizes up to nickel size, maybe even quarter size. That's all in Hill County right now. Let's move off to the east. Eventually probably going to go toward areas like Richland. And again, here's your main severe thunderstorm producing a lot of rain, those for those in Waco. So good news there. Thank you. Also, thank you, Nutrition, and as well as Bonnie. Thank you for subscribing on YouTube. I appreciate it. How long are you gonna be live? I don't really know. I usually just kind of wing it. And usually a live stream. I'm not honestly sure how much longer I'll be live for because there's only one warning as of right now. But I'll probably be live at least for another 20 to 30 minutes. If more action starts to kind of ramp up, I might be live longer. But as of right now, what I've seen so far, it looks like a lot of the storm activity has been pretty minimal. So we'll see. I appreciate Mia. Thank you so much. Yes, Andrew. It looks like they're going off to your north, so good news there. But as of right now, I think they're just showers. It's actually not anything severe yet. They might become severe as they move off to the northeast. You never know. They're probably elevated though, so again, the little storm near Stephenville still possibly producing some small hail. That is just to the north of Stephenville. This is moving off probably toward DFW. I'm gonna put a track on this just in case it can kind of survive. I don't know if it will for much longer, but let me go and put a track on this for you if you guys are up in DFW. So those that are in Lippin right around 838, Toller 846, and then Granbury right around 916. That is your timing on this. Obviously, if it can survive, which so far it has, it might bring some rain to those locations, maybe even some small hail. That's kind of what the main threat is as of right now with that area of the storms. Cool air is here in Commerce. There you go. Off goes the AC. Awesome. Good to hear that, Troy. Yeah, obviously it's cooling down for a lot of us, and I don't disagree. Turn off that AC is not a bad idea. Open those windows up. It's a lot dry. Also, the air is gonna be a lot drier too. So good news there. Again, if you are here on YouTube, make sure to subscribe. We're only 18 likes away from 100. So if you haven't already, make sure to like the live stream. Appreciate everybody tuning in again on Facebook and YouTube. We are live streaming to both. You can go on either one. By the way, we have hit 2,600 subscribers on YouTube. I appreciate everybody subscribing. Is the amount of subscribers. That's actually now the most we've had in a long time, or ever actually. I don't know why I'm saying a long time. I've never been beyond like 100. So appreciate everybody subscribing again on YouTube. I really appreciate it. We're just over 2,600 now. We just hit 2,500 literally like a day ago or a couple days ago, probably about a week ago actually. I'm kind of lying, but we appreciate again everybody's support. Again, there is a strong storm near Malone and Penelope, so this storm is producing potentially nickel-sized hail. This storm is moving again off to the east toward Dawson and Hubbard. This is in southeastern Hill County, so kind of just something to keep in mind. Again, near Waco, this storm is still severe. Damage winds up to 60 miles per hour and quarter-sized hail is ongoing there. So just kind of keep that in mind. Yes, Christian. I don't know why I wouldn't. Do every day. So yeah. Kind of a random question. My hair might look a little bit weird because I went in the pool. That might be why. Yeah, there's been a lot of reports, by the way, of there's actually been a little flooding report near south of Waco, street flooding as of 8:34. So this storm is maybe producing a little bit of flash flooding. Let me take a look at the precipitation amount here over the last hour. Kind of see what's going on with terms of the rain right now. This is over the last 30 minutes or so, or actually this is over the last hour, excuse me. So this is the last hour in terms of rainfall here near Waco. So just east of Waco, rainfall totals near 2 inches. So a lot of beneficial rain. And then back out to the west, rainfall totals between about 1/2 to 1.5 inches. So actually not really flash flooding at this point, but there's definitely been a lot of heavy rain. If any flash flooding does occur, it'd probably be just east of Waco. This area is seeing a lot of rain so far, between about 1 to 2 inches of rain. Definitely a lot of rain out of this. And then also west of Valley Mills, there's been a lot of rain there over the last hour. And again, this is just over the last hour, so just kind of like a general estimate at this point. And you got plenty of strong storms right now, anywhere from, again, Waco all the way back up to the north, closer to areas near Canton and just northeast of Terrell. So pretty a good area of storms right now. It's ongoing. None of them really severe other than the one in Waco. Again, a strong storm near Stephenville that's moving off to the northeast. It'll probably be going toward DFW at some point if it can survive, but as of right now, it's been kind of on a minimal activity at this point. Again, we have a strong storm near, or excuse me, northwest of San Antonio, but that's as of right now what we're looking at, and nothing else besides that. We're going to take a look at the velocities again. We haven't looked at those in a few minutes. I think any storms are rotating, but take a look at that. Weather radar here real quick. Yeah, no rotation as of right now. Really, any of these storms. So good news there. Just some winds. I don't think we'll see much of a tornado threat, as I kind of mentioned before. So tornado threat is pretty low tonight. Again, if you are new here to our YouTube channel, make sure to subscribe. Again, make sure to follow us on Facebook. We're 14 likes away from 100 on YouTube. So if you're one of the several people that are watching that haven't liked the live stream, make sure to hit that like button down below. We'd really appreciate it. I'm going to go back down to the... Actually, I'm going to stay on this radar view. It just makes it a little bit easier. It does show there's rotation here, by the way. Well, now it's gone, but there's no rotation with this storm. Again, the main area that might be producing quarter-sized hail is this area here near Hallsburg. And this is all basically east of Waco. There's a little hail core also off to the north here. You can kind of see it on the top of the radar there, just northwest of Lacey Lakeview. I keep that in mind. Appreciate it, Christian. Thank you. Again, the only severe thunderstorm warning. There's a strong storm again near Hubbard, but yeah, other than that, we're not really looking at anything too crazy in terms of severe weather across Texas. Thank you, Devin, by the way, for subscribing. Appreciate it. Welcome. There's actually a couple tornado warnings near Little Rock. Actually, this doesn't even look new. I'm surprised I missed this. Let me take a look at this real quick because we haven't really had any tornado action. I'm just going to take a look and see what's going on here. It's again southwest of Little Rock. It's actually a tornado warning. Arkansas. Radar should load up. All right, there's the radar view. Let's take a look at the velocities. And there is a little bit of rotation there. It looks somewhat broad right now. That's going toward Hot Springs Village. And the radar doesn't seem to want to back up at all here. Try to see if the velocities will go back at all in any scans. Okay, so that's basically the furthest back it will go. So it's actually not going back very far, but you can kind of see this is your rotation as of right now. This is in near Hot Springs Village. This is again in Arkansas. Oh, now it's loading the frames. All right, there we go. It's starting to get some frames now. Yeah, it's pretty broad rotation. Very strong winds going away from the radar, though. You can see it there. This is again southwest of Little Rock. So a tornado warning. Again, those in this area, make sure you seek shelter. But other than that, seems to be, I mean, it might be even tight. I can't really tell. At this point, the winds going toward the radar really aren't that depicted. There is a little speck there that kind of looks like it might be tightened up. This is the correlation coefficient. There might even be a tornado on the ground. There's a little speck there of green that might represent maybe a tornado. But looks to be fairly small if there is one. So that's going toward Hot Springs Village. So those that are there, you seek shelter. Again, that's going toward, that's actually far west of Little Rock, but that's kind of in the, that's north of Hot Springs. That's in Hot Springs Village. So kind of interesting. I haven't really seen a tornado warning in a little while. There's actually a tornado up in Michigan yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw that. Saw some footage of that earlier this morning. What if there's hail in Hallsburg? There actually might be. I think there's just some west of you. You guys see right here, the pink stuff is going to represent at least some sort of hail. At this point, probably a little bit on the smaller end. It might be less than quarter at this point. It might be closer to like nickel or penny sized. So nothing too crazy, it looks like, as of right now. Anything developing near Austin? I don't think anything's developing as of right now. Yeah, Austin's still nothing developing there. Looks like you're staying dry as of right now. All right, back off to the east of Dallas. There is still a strong storm ongoing northeast of Wills Point, producing some lightning and as well as maybe some small hail. It's north of Edgewood, excuse me, and north of Fruitvale. This is basically going toward Emory right now, and eventually toward Alba. So basically right just to the west of 19, and it's going to go toward Route 69 eventually, moving off to the east, northeast. Again, that is a strong storm, so keep that in mind. For those that are in eastern North Texas, Canton, just a little shower going through your area, a little downpour right now north of Gun Barrel City. A couple of downpours from Corsicana up to Gun Barrel City, and eventually a strong storm near Malone and Penelope and Hubbard. Again, there's a little shower right now west of Cleburne. Nothing too crazy. It's elevated, so it's not really that severe. It's not going to become severe. Again, there are strong storms ongoing and just north of Stephenville. That's eventually going to go toward Toller and maybe Lippen. It might even go toward, southern Palo Pinto County. If you're in far southern or southeastern Palo Pinto County and far southern Parker County, you might even see something there. Keep that in mind. No problem, Christina. Appreciate you tuning in. Welcome. Again, those that are just joining us, there is a severe thunderstorm watch ongoing across eastern and southern North Texas until 11 o'clock tonight. Damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour and also the potential for baseball-sized hail will be possible. Keep that in mind for those that are, again, in those areas. Yeah, Mama Gamer, you're not going to see any storms tonight in Fort Worth. Fort Worth, basically, if you didn't see my Facebook post, which I don't know if you're following us on Facebook, but basically it's a pretty low-end chance today. It's isolated. Actually, I posted it on YouTube as well, but it's a fairly isolated chance. Let me go and bring up the graphic. This one I posted earlier. This is a better view at it. So this is what I posted earlier today. So you can kind of see the overall today, what we're going to expect. So isolated basically in Fort Worth and Dallas. I didn't even include Stephenville, and actually they're seeing some rain right now. It's kind of an unexpected shower there, but this is kind of what I was forecasting today. And I know the Storm Prediction Center put marginal risk for like these areas, so it was a little bit further back off to the west, but I kind of expected this cold front to go a little bit quicker. Therefore, severe weather threat is pretty much low. But yeah, the isolated threat, it's basically isolated showers and storms from Cleburne, Dallas, McKinney, and maybe even Paris. And I'm surprised it's actually been fairly accurate. Scattered from Waco, Corsicana, Terrell, Emory, Sulphur Springs, Tyler, and eventually widespread activity. You can't see it on your screen, but back out to the east. Let me see if I can zoom out here. Nope, did not mean to do that. That's not right. There we go. I can't really get this to go any wider. Let me just move my screen over here. There we go. The widespread risk, though, back out to the east. So Palestine, basically, that's the only other area there, in eastern Texas. So, yep, that's kind of what I was forecasting today. And actually, I'm pretty surprised. It's actually been really accurate for what we were seeing today. The only exception, basically, is that Stephenville shower, because that's the only thing that's kind of out of the cold front area and whatnot. And that wasn't really what I was forecasting. I didn't think Stephenville was going to see anything today. So, yes, I was a little bit wrong. But for the most part, it's actually pretty accurate, pretty broad forecast. So, was there a tornado in Rio Vista? As of what I know, there was no tornado. I don't know if you're referring to a storm from earlier, but I haven't seen anything on that. Thank you, Sandra. Appreciate your report. Yeah, there's some gusty winds in DFW and really anywhere in North Texas right now. 20 to 30 miles per hour behind that cold front. So definitely some wind. It's going to feel a lot colder with that wind, too. Wish we could have some... wish storms could come up this way. We got nothing. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I know. Fort Worth didn't see anything, and I don't really expect you to see anything. There's a possibility, though, the storm near Stephenville goes toward you. Might go toward Fort Worth. You never know, but it's going to be, another 2 hours until that ever gets there. So there's a chance it survives. I don't think it will, but if it does, again, it could maybe make Fort Worth. I said it would probably fizzle out by the time it gets out of Stephenville, but it's still going. It's still fairly strong. It's not, maybe some small hail again, but it just rained for the most part. Let's see. Might be a stupid question, but what is an isolated storm? Isolated storm, in my definition, is usually about a 20 to 30% chance of a storm occurring. Depends on the scenario. Sometimes I'll say an isolated storm and there's only a 10% chance, and sometimes I'll say an isolated storm it's a 30% chance. But at the end of the day, what today meant was about a 20 to 30% chance, which to be, estimating it's about 25% chance. So basically it's just a low end chance for a storm. Scattered is about a 40 to 60% chance of storms. And well, in terms of coverage. So basically what this is right now, which I was forecasting. So this big area here was basically scattered activity. That is all that's basically a 40 to 60% chance, or excuse me, a 40 to 60% coverage of storms across this area, which so far it's basically right around 40 to 45%. And then eventually widespread, in my definition again, is over 60%. Usually it's over 70%. So yeah, that's kind of what I define as those sort of things. Actually, I should probably put a little definition kind of sort of thing on my forecast for that, but yeah. Yes, earlier. Yeah, I don't think there was one, unless I missed something, but I don't think there wasn't any rotation in that storm near Rio Vista. There was like very brief rotation, but I don't think there was a tornado. If I might be wrong, but I don't think there was one. From what I know, I don't think there was one. Oh, sorry. We're in Waco at a show by the lake. Is the storm getting stronger? The storm will actually be moving out of your area. I'm not sure where you are in Waco, but all this is moving off to the east. And unless you're in eastern Waco or something like that, for the most part, you should be starting to dry out here pretty soon. Yeah, it's definitely going to feel cooler as well, Brittany. So yeah, it might be feeling cooler. That might be what you mean by that. Yeah, I can go down to the San Antonio storm. I think the storm down here near San Antonio is kind of weakening. Yeah, here's a look at it. It's starting to weaken. I don't think, even if it makes it to San Antonio, it'll probably just be a downpour, weak storm. Still has damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, half-dollar size tail, but it is weakening, so I wouldn't be too concerned about a threat with that storm. Wait, radar, it's on here. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're looking at in terms of that storm right now. Yeah, I don't try to be dramatic about this sort of stuff. Not really what I do. Sometimes the one thing that kind of bothers me sometimes is I do make some of the titles to forecast a little bit, I could call it clickbaity, but everybody does that. So how's I-35 in Waco? As of right now, there's still a lot of heavy rain right along Interstate 35. It should be clearing up though within the next 20 to 30 minutes. Possibly even a little bit sooner than that. But basically north of Waco for Interstate 35, that's where the heaviest of the rain's ongoing right now. So we're looking as of right now in terms of Interstate 35 in Waco. Yeah, just primarily some moderate to maybe some heavy rain, depending on where you are. Lighter rain down to your south, heavier rain off to your north. So that's what we're looking at in terms of that storm right now. Again, this severe thunderstorm warning expires in 5 minutes. The only hail core that I see right now that might be severe still is near west and northeast of Ross. So that might have some quarter-sized hail. Maybe, again, some damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour. Our new severe thunderstorm warning was just issued. This is a fairly large severe thunderstorm warning, but this goes until 8:45. So a new severe thunderstorm warning was just issued for the potential for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and nickel-sized hail. That's your new threat level there for hail and whatnot. Damaging winds again up to 60 miles per hour. The cities included in that are Waco still. So Waco's still included in it, but it's primarily for eastern Waco. That's only for the next few minutes. Robinson, Belmed, Lacey, Lakeview, West, Mart, Hubbard, Coolidge, Dawson, Golinda, Paulsburg, Bynum, Fort Parker State Park, North Crest, Frost, Abbott maybe, probably not saying the name right, as well as Leroy. Those areas are all included in the new severe thunderstorm warning. And that does go off to the east. It'll eventually go toward Corsicana. Maybe actually it might stay to your south if you're in Corsicana, but Fairfield eventually, as well as Tague and Streetman. Those areas will be affected by it next, but that probably won't be for at least another hour. Oh, wait, I'm getting spammed by Facebook notifications. I don't know why. I do apologize. I don't know if you guys are hearing dings. That is my thing for some reason. Okay, cool. No problem, Nell. Where's the front located? Yeah, I can go draw it out for you. I'll put the temperatures up here, just kind of give you a reference here, but the front is basically... This is kind of where the front is at this point. This is where that black line is representing your cold front. There are some showers and maybe a few little storms on the back end of this. You can kind of see near Stephenville. It's kind of hard to see when I'm zoomed out, but that's where the cold front is, that black line. There are a few elevated showers and weak storms back on the near Stephenville. Again, that's kind of over the cap, but other than that, the cold front, for the most part, is clearing out most of the storm activity for, areas like DFW. That's where the cold front is as of right now, that black line. And let me go back to the DFW radar. DFW radar seems to be better for this sort of stuff right now. This is the Stephenville little storm right now. Yeah, it's moving off to the northeast still. It's maintaining its composure, which is pretty impressive. It's going toward Lippen and Toller right now, so those areas might see some small hail. Other than that, it seems to be pretty low end. Yeah, I agree, Kat. Yeah, honestly, I could care less how many views I have. I just do it for, I enjoy what I do. Obviously, it's awesome to have more people watching, especially if you're trying to stay safe and whatnot, but not too big of a deal to me. Even if I had 5 viewers, I'd probably still be doing the same thing that I'm doing right now. Yeah, there's a little storm near Stephenville. This is moving off to the northeast. This actually, I don't know how fast it's going. I need to double check. Might be going a little bit faster. Unless it's just the radar scans are coming in every, minute. It seems like this has been updated a few times here recently. I'm going to put a time track on this, though. This one, that's near Stephenville. It's going off toward DFW, so I'm going to put a little tracker on it for a second. I just need to figure out what the speed of this thing is. Okay, so about 9 miles over the last, or about 10 miles over the last 24 minutes. So it's about 25 miles per hour. It's a little bit faster than I initially estimated. So let's go and put a track on this. All right, 25 miles per hour. Again, this is going toward Fort Worth, most likely, if it can survive. But Granbury, right around 841. Lippen, by the way, will be right around 814. Aledo, right around 922, if it can make it there. Benbrook, 937. White Settlement, 944. Crawley, right around 945. Burleson, 949. Westworth, about 950. Edgecliff Village, 952. River Oaks, 954. And Sansom Park, right around 955. That's the track on the little storm here. I mean, I'm not going to consider it strong. It's kind of in the moderate stage right now, so maybe some small hail. But other than that, it's just an ordinary thunderstorm for the most part. It's moving off to the northeast again. And this might also be a little bit too far south. I'm actually going to redraw this track real quick. I'm going to put it a little bit more off to the northwest here, or northeast, excuse me. So, again, this got the same track for you. So it might be going a little bit further off to the northeast, but again, your timing's pretty much the same as what I kind of mentioned before. So Lido, 925. Weatherford, probably right around 910. If it can make it there, it might just stay off to your east. That's the track on that storm, though. Again, that is not severe, but I don't expect it to become severe. It's been ongoing for a while. It's just a little storm at this point. Might bring a little bit of beneficial rain there to the Metroplex if it can make it. But as of right now, I don't expect it to make it too far. Again, your news here at Thunderstorm Warning is still ongoing for those that are southwest of Corsicana. Hubbard, Mount Calm, Coolidge, Mart, all included in that severe thunderstorm warning for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and also the potential for nickel-sized hail. That is your current threat level as of right now. By the way, we are only 3 likes away from 100 here on YouTube. Make sure to like our live stream down below. As also, make sure to hit that red button down below. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. I know a lot of you that are watching probably aren't subscribed. Make sure to subscribe again. Do forecasts and live streams like this all the time. So make sure you stay updated again with the North Texas Weather Center for the latest. The name is a little bit misleading, but we don't just do North Texas weather. So Ryan Hall can be dramatic at times. Yeah, I don't know. I've never watched Ryan Hall. I know a lot of people mention his name, but I honestly have never watched him. So I honestly couldn't tell you if you're right or wrong. But I've only heard of him. I know a lot of people mention him when they come on my stream. People are like, "You're gonna be the next Ryan Hall." I'm like, I don't know who that is. I honestly don't. I usually don't watch other weather people, for the most part. Are storms Monday, Tuesday gonna be like this? Probably not like they're not gonna be like this, but they'll probably still be severe. They actually might be a little bit more severe than what we're seeing. This is this is basically marginal at best at this point, what we're looking at right now. Yeah. I mean, at this point, we're just looking at marginal threat for the rest of the night, I think. A lot of the storms have been fairly marginal. I mean, we haven't seen anything too crazy. The largest hail we saw was ping pong ball sized hail. There was golf ball sized hail down near northwest of San Antonio somewhere a while ago, a few hours ago. But other than that, a lot of this has just been pretty much marginal. So I was expecting a bit more severe weather, but I was. It wasn't just a storm prediction. I was actually forecasting more severe weather anyways, but yeah. As of right now, nothing too crazy. Thank you, Maxim, for the subscribe, by the way. Appreciate it. Welcome. Yeah, severe weather probably going to occur on Monday and Tuesday. It'll probably be a bit more scattered than what we're looking at right now. I know it's only a marginal threat for Monday, but I do expect a bit more in terms of weather, in terms of severe weather on Monday. By the way, let me go pull up the future radar here for Monday. I'm going to kind of show you what I'm looking at. This is just one model. Obviously, I don't really use this one that often, but it's probably pretty accurate to what we'll see on Monday. Not on the right screen, I don't think. I'm not. There we go. All right, this is the screen that I'm looking at. So, all right, this is the look at going into Monday, because this is the day that will have more potential for severe weather. We have a few passing showers or storms tomorrow. Going to Monday, this is around 4 o'clock on Monday. There might be some showers and storms back out to the northwest. Looks like we'll have a good amount of rain going into Tuesday, but Monday we might have some showers and storms develop sometime during the late afternoon or early evening. If the cap can kind of weaken, that would allow for more storm activity to develop. These storms might produce some hail and maybe some damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour. This looks to be a fairly marginal threat again, but in terms of how much severe weather we'll see, it'll probably be a bit more than what we're seeing today, just due to the nature that we'll have a lot more widespread showers and storms, and eventually going to the overnight hours, there might be some weakening line of storms back out to the west. So it looks like Monday will have a good amount of storms. Tuesday, we might also have some storms. Well, actually, Tuesday will probably definitely have rain. This is just a look at the future radar on Tuesday. Tuesday will have a better chance for some showers and storms. Let's go to Tuesday. So this is Tuesday. Eventually in the morning, might be a few passing showers or weak storms. Eventually by the afternoon and evening hours, there might be some more scattered showers and storms. And then eventually by Wednesday, probably a little area of storms will develop, maybe even a broken line Wednesday morning. And other than that, Wednesday afternoon, we should probably be drying out. From the latest radar run on the European at the 12Z, it looked like that might kind of linger for the afternoon, but it's kind of too early to tell on Wednesday. Kind of focused more on Monday and Tuesday right now. Yeah, I got you, Kay. Yeah, I don't try to over dramatize anything. I don't play sirens or anything like that. The only thing I do, this is what it looks like when there's a tornado warning. This is like the only thing that changes. It just shows that at the top right here. That's all it shows. So I see the top of their stream there though. Is rain near Austin steaming up? Looks like this line is starting to extend more. So near Temple, it looks like this area, the storms are starting to extend more down to the south. I believe there's an outflow boundary, so it might be developing more storms down to the south. But Austin, as of right now, doesn't look like anything too crazy. Back out to your west, it looks like maybe a storm developing near Fredericksburg. But other than that, nothing too crazy. And you probably won't see storms until like 10 or 11 o'clock tonight. Here's a look at the radar, by the way. Near Hubbard, there's a hail core right now west of Dawson. So maybe potential for quarter to maybe even $half size hail right there. Kind of in a rural area, so nothing, not too much of an affected area, but definitely a potential for some large hail there. By the way, thank you for 100 likes, by the way, on YouTube. I appreciate it. The amount of likes. Appreciate everybody liking the live stream again. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe for our post notifications. Again, we do live streams like this all the time, and yeah. Alrighty, cool. Yeah, that's about it for right now for the severe weather. I will go live again if there is anything that really develops. We haven't really seen much in terms of severe weather tonight. I was expecting a lot more than this, but we only have one warning in North Texas. There's only a couple down in northwest of San Antonio, and it's kind of a rural area. So as of right now, we're not looking at a whole lot. Decatur will stay dry tonight, Laurel. But that's about it for the live stream. Again, I will probably go live a little bit later if there's anything that develops, but as of right now, there's only one warning. And it looks like for the most part, a lot of these storms have tried to develop and they've kind of weakened pretty quickly. So I'm not really expecting too much more. I would expect, again, for those that are down near Austin and stuff like that, there might be some storms later tonight. Again, they'll probably be closer to like 10, 11 o'clock, maybe 12. But again, make sure to follow us on Facebook if you haven't already. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you click the links down in the description below. Our Linktree link will link you to our Facebook page, or Twitter, and Instagram. You can watch and also follow us on all those platforms and get the latest radar and live, basically any updates that we have. And all the latest forecasts, 7-day forecasts. We post those every day. And our video forecasts, again, here on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications. And again, we'll go live if there's anything else. But other than that, that's about it for the live stream. Again, make sure to follow, like the stream. I appreciate you tuning in, everybody. Have a great rest of your night if I don't see you again tonight. And I'll be monitoring that severe weather again for Monday and Tuesday fairly closely for you. So again, make sure to stay updated with North Texas.